Alright, so previously on Omega Core, the group made their way through the Underdark tunnels via a magnetic mushroom boat and came across a few old friends. They signed away the soul of one of their kidnapped faction leaders and brought Screege along for the trip. Charkov gave them a map that allowed them to go directly to the Church of Barovia, and when they arrived, they made camp in a hidden away area and took stock of the area. Many terrible, monstrous beasts and an entire drow army lay between them and the portal that appeared to be complete and ready to activate. The group prepared themselves for the culmination of their entire mission and the hardest fight of their lives. So, as you have been doing all this scouting and planning here, you've come back and you've compiled your data sets and kind of been comparing notes here, and as you guys are kind of powwowing here over like a downed log and like drawn lines in the sand of trying to tell each other where all the different pieces are of the puzzle here, you notice a figure approaching your overlook position, and Drizzt steps out of the brush with a smile on his face, and he says, well, the good news is that the matriarch was swayed by our evidence and proposal to lend aid. The bad news is we appear to have picked up a bit of a tail on the way here, and we're followed. Very unlike me, I know. Before we were accosted, though, let me introduce you to the Moonblaze. These are the Men, the Bearers, and Special Forces. And he motions to a group of Dark Elf warriors wearing Drizzts? I can't had possession of that. Drizz's matching green outfit. Come out and stand in formation. One of the leaders at the front, a woman with short, cropped, kind of dark purple hair, comes forward and says, MSF Battalion Captain Risen, at your service. There's good folk down there. Well, good as proper is for a dark elf. I don't fancy fighting our own, but what must be done will be done when there's traitor among us. I know other there's other folk without scruples, but we have our own form of honor here. There isn't nothing worse than a betrayal. Ordog and Lilith promised us the moon, literally, but we're willing to hand us back over to our old masters or find a new one at that. More would have come to aid, but the city is alight with a fierce amount of riots. It feels strange to be doing some right good in the world, but a welcome sort. Me and the boys are ready to mess stuff up. Just give the word.
How many are there?
There is a good portion right here.
Oh, hello.
Right.
Here we go. Yeah.
You guys can be like, I'm extremely happy you're here. I hope you're not actually going to have. You said you were followed? Wait, what's following you? Who's following you? How close are they? How much time do we have?
As you asked that, there's a commotion behind the group, and a figure in bright, glistening armor steps forward, and it is High Marshal Herond, still sporting a big old shiner from his brawl with Diego and Yggdrasil. And Drizzt groans, and he kind of spits in the general direction of the High Elf. And he's like, I told you we were followed. And Heron sighs heavily, picking some leaves from his long, luscious golden locks of hair. And he says, I told you we're here to fight with you, not against you. We want the same thing.
They're actually expected, unfortunately. It's fine. It's fine.
Alfie just waves with a smile. A kind smile.
He's like, we have direct orders from the Queen to lend aid. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Great. Okay. So nothing that's. Okay, so we're not actually under attack. Okay.
Well, depends on how you want to put it. I mean, I feel personally under attack right now whenever this man is my presence, honestly.
I have a story
sorry.
to tell you. I have a story to tell you once this is done. You're going to really, really love it. Don't worry.
I look forward to it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. All right, great. All right.
Nomad
So-
just says to the High Marshal, I just love your hair. It is just very beautiful.
Oh, isn't it just? It's. And he kind of gets a big old swish with his hair, like it like sparkles in the starlight. I had it done
As it
professionally.
should.
And if you ever need a hat for your head to go so well with your hair, please. And he pulls out his business card and gives it to him. Please do not hesitate to contact the Nomad Glam haberdasher extraordinaire.
I appreciate the offer, my good man, but you can't cage these locks.
Cassie is just kind of looking around, like, didn't we beat him up like 12 hours ago? Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine.
I think it's been like a day and a half, maybe. But yeah,
Cassie's sense of time is gone.
yeah, no, that's totally fair. I mean, yeah, he
Yeah.
has recovered tremendously well considering. He was
we
not
were just-
unconscious recently.
we were just bystanders to. It was Diego, right?
It was Diego,
get
yeah.
all his,
It was
I
a
get
one-on-one.
your characters mixed up, Matt.
Yeah. But... All right. So, is it about an equal number of troops from both of them?
Yeah, pretty much. You got about a regiment, which is about like 15 to 20.
15 to 20.
yeah.
Okay.
And
we have the ghosts here as well. Have they joined us?
so an additional number of individuals, a large group of very diverse individuals, also have now made their way up into camp. And we have Van de Erglam, Lurch, the Ghosts, the Mummies, the Ghost Blades, the Face Biters, and they all march past and taking up the rear of this contingent right over here. So I've added them to your collection as well. We have quite a bit. This is a very busy area now. You have a good solid, like probably 50 fighting men and women here, and spiders and ghouls and goblins, whatever, whatever you want to call everybody. And then behind them, you actually see some old faces you've not seen in a long time. So you go over here. And the other members of the Omega Corps have also arrived as well.
Oh wow!
And yeah, yes.
You just really want it to hurt when we fail.
Everyone will die. No.
No,
And
look,
Game
if
over. He won.
Somebody else is here that can help Cassie plan this. That it's not all her fault when we fail. That's like.
and Madame Zim approaches and says, "Very good job getting this far with minimal death loops too. We got your message. Baba Yaga is nobody to fuck with, dearies. This is at least a 10-agent sort of business. Kieran would be sad she's missing out on this one. You know, can't come out into the field anymore, you know. Daedra would have loved this kind of apocalypse too. I miss that silly girl. Anyways,
Yeah,
we got your back though."
I maintain Baba Yaga was not our fault, and we ran so fast when they showed up.
A wise decision, I must say.
Yeah. Did the others make it back?
Oh, the two dwarves?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes and no. Their bodies came back, but we had to return them back into the timeline from whence they came.
But
They
they're
are
not dead.
They are, well, they did die in a way, but we returned them back into the timeline, so they won't remember this. They have now rejoined the new timeline.
Okay. I'm going
Okay.
to take that as they're not dead and worry
Yes.
about the rest of that later.
Yes.
Okay.
That's good enough.
Yes, I'm
Where
very
is that
narrow
reply?
focused right now. Okay, great. And I'm just going to speed through. Like, Cassie just lays out all the intel that they have about the surrounding
For sure.
areas.
Yeah. And Madame Zim says, "Well, old Granny may be older than some of these rocks, but Granny's got a big cannon ready to blow some stuff up."
Fantastic. So, I'm going to run down my kind of quick idea. People feel free to jump in, but we want to get this done as soon as possible because the longer there's a huge group of us here, that's bad. All right, we are very noticeable. No, we need to split up. And she's going to turn to the two contingents of elves.
Mm-hmm.
And especially Driz. Be like, okay, so you are going to be in command of your force, and she's going to try to like subtly indicate that he's also in charge of the high elves as well, without trying to let the guard captain know that she is demoting him to like
quiet quitted. Yeah.
Just very quick, quiet. What languages? Yeah, she's just gonna be trying to like subtly, in like hand gestures more than anything, indicate that Driz is in charge of all of the elves.
Okay.
Just a really pointed look.
Yeah.
Eyes, eyebrows up and down a little bit.
I'll fill you in on everything about him after, but for right now, like, I feel like your judgment might be better.
No arguments here.
So, as you said, and your captain there, that you don't want to fight your people, and I agree. I don't think that's going to help matters. How good are they at strike and run tactics?
Sorry, you're asking the marshal or asking Driz
Riz.
about the drow? Yeah. They're quite good actually. That's his. Probably their primary function. They're quite good at staying in the shadows, as it were.
I was really hoping you would say that. Great. That's where I think you all was hoping you could stick to the outside. Make it seem like a larger force is trying to get in. We're already inside. But don't stand and engage. Hit them, run, find somewhere else, hit them again. Just really make sure they're confused about how many of them there are.
Interesting. Okay. As you guys are talking, Cassie, give me a perception check.
Oh, that's not 21.
Awesome. As you guys are kind of powwowing, we'll say over you have probably like a table or something at this point, or makeshift one. The faction leaders here are all kind of like sitting around with you guys. You look up and you see a very small lone individual still coming up the hill where everybody else came from, and he is huffing and puffing, and he's about 1 foot tall, and he is a little mushroom man. And this is not the same one that's on your shoulder, by the way, still, or your backpack it is. But it is a Screech. And he's slowly making his way up. And he is dragging a large cylindrical package behind him.
How big is there? Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. Excuse me, everyone. Just 1 second. Sorry. And Cassie just maneuvers through the crowd really quickly and meets him so that he doesn't have to keep
going.
So you reach him and he looks up at you, and he plops down on the ground. He can't sweat because he's a mushroom, but he looks visibly paler probably than he should.
Yeah.
And he says,
Cassie's.
Go ahead. Sorry.
The package. And head back over to the main group and hand the very tired Screech over to Ianthe.
Hello.
To take care of him.
He says, "Do you have any idea how long it took to walk here and find you? Oh, I can't believe you ordered something but didn't have the decency to pick it up.
We ordered.
I have a reputation to uphold, Oh, dear God.
Cassie's kind of looking at everyone like, I don't remember placing an order. Did anyone place it? Oh, God.
Where are we? Why does everything look like it wants to eat me? This is
It
horrible.
does. It very much does.
I want to go home. Do you want your item?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, please sign here for the delivery of your one. And he checks a clipboard he has. Single shot interdimensional shuttle and rocket launcher. It comes with the disclaimer. It says right here, Screech is not responsible for any loss of limbs. Do you understand?
Yeah, that sounds legit.
Oh,
Sorry,
also
what?
sorry, that was 14 pages. I had to get through real quick. Also, Screech is not responsible for any loss of limbs or future or past children that are erased, or towns that are turned into tacos, or bouts of insanity when fired.
I don't think we're gonna have kids anyways, most of us, but I can fix any of that other stuff.
I don't remember ordering this. Who ordered?
You did.
Me. You spoke to me.
Your group ordered this. Yes. You
Is this
asked
what
me
we
if
traded
we
the
had
guy for?
anything that could blow up something.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that does sound like us, actually.
So what does this thing do?
It blows things
I
up.
think it blows things up.
Yeah, like really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Really good.
Like really
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Do we know anything about it, like how far it can shoot?
I
got 14 pages for you.
yes, 14 pages of disclaimer. Yes, your Apple service thing. Yes.
Is
So there's no information on this thing at all. Does it
There's
have a direction to point it or anything? Is there a button to push?
There
or-
is. I mean, there is a trigger. There's also a readout that requires a 4-digit passcode.
a 4-digit
What's the passcode?
passcode.
It's not listed in here. I don't know.
Do you know?
okay.
What 4 number can you think of that might make sense? I don't know.
0000.
Nomad. I'd be like,
What?
1, 2, 3, 4.
You are the smart one. Take this over with the other Omega people and see if any of them know how it works, because I don't know how this
Yeah.
works.
So I'm gonna take this over to Guerlin, or however you pronounce his name, the
Guerin, yeah.
artificer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see if he knows anything about it.
Okay.
Hey, wait. Is the barbarian here?
Yes. Yes, she is.
Okay, cool. Just because, we lost her a while ago and...
Yes, Cassandra has returned. Yes, she is alive
Okay.
and well. Yes.
Oh, Cassandra's there too. Okay, so she's with the group of Omega Core people,
Yes.
or
Yes, we have
Uh-huh.
we have Marcos here. Let me look on the line here. We have Kay, Guerin, Madam Zim, Marcos, and Cassandra.
wow.
Why did you run off?
Are you asking her this?
Yeah.
More
what
like
happened?
mumbling to herself.
Okay.
Well, I'm going over to Artificer Man,
Guerin?
and
All right.
yeah, and Cassandra's right there, right?
Yeah, Cassandra's there. Yeah.
So
She
he just
hangs
looks
out with Guerin,
astonished
so.
and says, "Whoa, where did you come from? How did this happen?"
But, shoot, what is Guerin's voice? I don't even remember anymore.
I had no idea.
Shoot.
We never met. We never.
Yes, you did. You
Met
met him
him.
in the Nexus, and you talked to him.
Oh yeah, we
Uh,
met him in the next.
Yes. Well, I apologize. It's inconsistency. You don't remember anyway, so it's fine.
Yep.
Well, you see, we got the message that you put on the dwarf about Baba Yaga, and we came post haste. That paired with the information we received from Cassandra here about the very no good slipstream observers and Sindor's people that are hunting you, getting closer and closer. That's why she had to leave, in order to draw them away, to buy you a little more time, you see. They found you when you were at that lavender retreat, yeah, and she had to dispatch of what she could and then draw them away so they wouldn't find you.
I do a fancy bow to Sandra and say, "Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much for doing this for us."
Oh, not a problem at all. It's what I do best. I smash things and make them chase me. It's quite fun, actually.
Okay, so I take the rocket launcher and show it to
Guerin?
Artificer,
Yeah.
Guerin,
Mhm.
Guerin, and ask him, "Do you know anything about this, or how it works?"
He looks at it and goes, well, it does look like something that I would construct, to be perfectly honest. Maybe in a different life, a different timeline. It's so hard to remember these days. 4-digit code.
Oh, is it by any chance the name of your island?
It's possible. You want to give it a go?
No, I'm not sure. What happens if we type in that number? Is it gonna shoot?
Well, there's a trigger point. I wouldn't think that it would fire until you pull the trigger. I think it just unlocks the device, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Sarah just said that her Wi-Fi is cutting out.
Okay,
Hmm.
I did miss probably the last 15 seconds.
Okay,
Whatever you.
all good.
Okay, so we're trying to get the code, trying to figure out what the code is, and he's so.
Do you want to put it in, find out?
Yeah, so Guerin, do you think, looking at this device, do you think there's any danger in typing in this number?
I wouldn't think so, no. I think it just unlocks it to be able to be fired. I'm not sure how long it unlocks for, but it's probably a good amount of time.
Okay, so I'd say let's try. What was the name of your island? 1153.
Well, put it in. Typing in 1153.
Sure.
Okay. And it unlocks.
You're kidding, really?
Yep. I'm
Wow.
shocked you got it that quickly, honestly. Bravo, Father. You remember something from 2 years ago. Or 3
Well,
years ago.
I'm really surprised. It took me a while to remember the number, but
Yeah.
if it wasn't for Sarah suggesting to take it to the
The
artificer,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have thought of doing
I'm so
that.
proud. My players actually, figured something out.
The problem is no one else would have known this,
no,
right? It's just
no,
me, right?
just you. Yeah, no.
Oh man, it's.
I
was trying to figure out what you were hinting at. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, no.
I was like, I'm not gonna give you any hints at all. You gotta figure it out on your own.
I figured it was from this campaign. This is from the previous campaign.
Yep. Hey, I gave you a rocket launcher. I wasn't gonna make it easy.
Yeah, no. And I'm 100% at that point. I'm like, I'm trying to strategize, figure out how
Wow.
it works.
So who's going to be in charge of this rocket launcher?
I don't know.
And Cassie
mean-
kind of points to the doctor.
The doctor.
They know how to use a gun.
Fine with me. Is anybody good at aiming at things? Have high, what is it, dex? Anybody good at shooting things?
Elizabeth's going to be the only one who possibly has proficiency with firearms. I don't think the rest of us do.
Yeah, actually, does
Yeah,
will
I
that
think
make
I
a
have a
difference?
high dex. I'm checking right now. Hold on.
And Trevor, does that make a difference mechanically here? Who's got proficiency and stuff?
No, it's because no one has proficiency with this specific weapon, regardless. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's a specific die roll associated with it. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of information here, because there is a little more details in the deck of paperwork here as you're looking through it a bit. There wasn't a passcode, by the way, so there wasn't that in there. But there is a little more information about how it works,
good.
which is gonna inform you mechanically how this is gonna be fired. Basically, it's a D20 plus 5 roll in order to hit. It has disadvantage against anything medium or smaller it's intended for, though. Because it's hard to aim with, basically. It's intended for large and above creatures, and it is a one-shot kill.
Got it.
Oh.
How's its damage against? Does it say anything in there about objects, inanimate objects?
It doesn't, no, so you'd have to find out, basically.
Okay.
I mean, I know of a really large object.
Yeah. So yeah, Cassie's gonna do Dr. Zed and be like,
You just cut out.
You cut out entirely. We can't hear you.
and you're the only one of us that does anything distance-wise, Doctor. How do you feel about trying to shoot a rocket at a really large portal?
Okay, what did you just say? Sorry, I was distracted by dogs. What did you just say to me?
Kathy basically asked Dr. Zed how they felt about shooting a rocket at a very large portal.
Well, as a doctor, I don't think that a portal can be harmed necessarily, so I'm not that concerned about it.
Great. We're really concerned about what could come out of that portal, so we need to shut it down. We're pretty sure that if it opens, it's going everything. So we need to stop it. And I'm thinking that the best use of this, and she points at rocket launcher, is for one of us to shoot it at that giant portal. You're the
Let's
only one
do
here.
that.
Great.
Okay,
Great.
I can do that. Sure, I'm the only one.
The only one who really uses guns, so I think
Oh.
you would be the best bet.
So, does it say anything on it as to, I mean, what it's good for? Okay, so it said something about
Absolutely nothing.
it only works on. I mean, you said, what's the wording actually say? You said it doesn't work on medium or small, or it's
It has
disadvantage
disadvantage on medium or
small
smaller creatures. Yes.
creatures. What is it? Does it say anything about large creatures or huge objects or anything?
It's intended for large or greater size creatures.
Or
It's
something
not
bigger than
intent-
large.
It's
not-
not a.
Yeah.
I guess it's not a typical rocket launcher per se. It is basically a giant Chardolin spike. Which Chardolin is a magical infused rock, basically. It's a giant thing you impale something with and it kills it.
What do I need to roll for this to happen?
It's a D20 plus 5.
So, and that would be against the armor class of whatever it is we're shooting at.
Yes.
Yeah, my guess is that portal has a higher armor class than we can hit with this thing.
Yeah, but you got any other plans for it?
Objects-
kill a monster.
objects-
Kill a monster with
we're-
it. If
No,
not
plans to
wasting
take
on
the
that.
portal out.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. It's a portal. It doesn't have armor.
Yeah.
Well,
It's an
objects
object.
do have
It-
ACs, but they're not very high
Yeah.
usually.
They have
Yeah.
a damage threshold.
This is an
Yeah, yeah.
immovable portal.
Yeah.
I
and
just
since,
I
and
just
since
rolled.
Trevor said that it's an insta-kill, if we can hit the portal.
So the doctor has suddenly had this overwhelming sense of protectiveness for everyone else, so he has launched it.
Oh,
No, not yet, not yet,
no,
not
you
yet.
can't. No,
Oh no!
Okay, well, he's
we're way
trying
too
to-
far away.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
hasn't launched it. He launched
And-
it in his mind, and he
Okay,
wants
yeah,
to
yeah.
launch it.
Like
And
we
who is-
haven't
um,
handed it to you yet.
Yes.
I think Elizabeth is crackling. Somebody's crackling.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, her. I don't know if it's internet or if her microphone, but one of those
It didn't,
crackling.
it didn't sound like an internet issue. It sounded like
Fair.
a microphone issue.
Yeah, no. Just to be clear, Nomad still has.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
Nomad's still over
Handed
with
it to the
Gitgawarin
I'm
with the
handing
rocket
it
launcher.
to it, and I'm very skeptical of handing it to Dr. Moized right now. he looks a little evil-eyed at it right now.
Okay, but I just imagine him saying, "Okay, I've launched it in my head. We're good to
Just-
go."
Just real quick, as Nomad is glancing over at Dr. Ned. Ned glances back at him and my mom used to look at me that way too.
You had a mom?
Everyone has a mom.
No, not everyone.
I mean, it's.
I thought he just sprang up from like a sulfur hole in the ground.
Not a dwarf.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, once we get closer, I'm going to recommend we try to fire this thing at that giant portal. Hopefully that will cause it to collapse, and we can focus on just killing people.
So the new Screech, I'll call him Screech 2 for now, because they all have the same name. Waddles over to you, guess Cassie, you're the one closest. Oh, that's Ianthe, because you're with Screech. And he says, if you give me a ride home, I'd be willing to stick around and to see how this plays out. It's not the first end of the world I've seen, but it looks more interesting than the last one that was destroyed by a black mold.
I mean, you can absolutely hang out with the other two animals hiding in my shirt.
Yeah, and Cassie points at the Screech that's still on her shoulder as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Or you can go hang
brother!
out.
Brother!
Yeah. How indestructible are you guys? I don't want to take you into a lot of things are about to try to eat me.
I can.
Aren't they immortal?
I am basically immortal and indestructible as hell,
Okay,
and
great,
also
very
I can turn in the size of a house.
Perfect.
What?
What? Who are we talking about?
Did I not mention that
Screech.
before?
Okay,
Screech
but
can
Ianthe
turn
is
into a
just
house?
now just like, how physically?
I just blow on my
Medical anomaly.
I blow on my thumb and I turn into the size of a house. Yeah.
Okay,
Does he weigh the size of a house?
two of you. Okay, great.
I don't never weighed myself before when I was that large. I
You
don't know.
both have just been recruited. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled. Yay.
This is what happens when you tell the person who was concerned for your safety that you're actually a tactical weapon. So,
I suppose.
yeah.
So.
Yeah. Great. But don't worry, for right now, I think you're just going to hang with us because size of a house is going to draw attention, and we don't want a lot of attention right now.
I can be a smaller house.
No, right, you're good right now.
Bungalow.
Yeah, no, you're.
TP?
She just kind of pets.
Shake Shack?
Nope.
Couch?
Nice. Just
Did you just say TV?
chill on my shoulder.
TP.
You chill with Ianthe, and we will let you know when being the size of a house will help.
Okay. I
Okay.
will be here just rolling in self-pity.
Why?
This is the
no
way of
match.
the world. Dark and
Oh.
sad. Lonely.
Can
Okay.
you hold on to that weapon for now? We just
So who are we giving it to?
you lock it for now.
I think whoever we think is the least likely person to go unconscious should be the one that holds it because.
Just once we start moving, we'll redistribute. But for just
Okay.
right now,
Yeah, sure. I'll hold on to it.
just so I mentally know where it is.
Where it is. Okay.
Cassie,
Yes.
I need you to give me a deck save.
God.
Oh no.
Somebody just shot us with arrows.
Ten?
Oh, no.
Fucking damn it! I hate that goose.
Yeah, a goose appears, and it begins to peck at you, and it begins to peck at your belt, and it manages to grab the Omega Loop that you have not given to Ned yet, because you had two, and you give
Yeah.
one away. One's still on your
Yeah.
belt. It manages to wrestle the ring away from you, and begins to flap away.
Can I tackle the goose?
Sure. Give me an attack roll. An arm strike. Hmm?
8.
You jump after it, and you look quite silly as you manage to not get the goose. And the goose begins to, with its beak, it quickly does something in the ground and like the dirt here. It draws like a little like symbol on the ground, and then it puts the ring down a little ways off and begins to like kind of like hit it with its face and trying to like make it work.
Yeah, Cassie's gonna start yelling. Well, whisper
Wait.
yelling.
Wait,
Get it,
But-
get it, get it, get it, stop
wait.
it.
What?
Somebody was turned into a goose and it was an Omega person?
We don't, just stop it, don't let it
Wait.
push that button.
So it's just pecking at the thing. What was it trying to do in the dirt though?
It's-
I didn't understand that.
It's trying to activate the,
There is
You
now
said it drew a symbol?
there's a symbol in the ground.
What symbol?
Yeah, what's the symbol?
Does
stop the goose
anybody
first.
does anybody speak Celestial?
Yeah, no.
No.
Okay. You don't know.
Oh, great.
Hey. Other Omega Loop people, come here. What
They-
is this goose trying to do?
Does anyone speak Celestial?
Can Driz or somebody else come up here and stop this goose, please?
Yeah, everybody, like, you call multiple people here, you call the Omega Core and you call Driz. Everybody kind of like is like looks a little confused that you can't handle a goose, but slowly kind of walks up and is like, okay, sure.
Just pick
And
it up, just pick it up.
yeah,
Magic goose, okay.
Driz just grabs the goose, like, is like, yeah, wasn't that hard. I
Thank
got
you.
it.
I have
I'll-
a lot on my plate today, okay?
Oh,
Do you
Driz
wanna-
doesn't have an Omega Loop, does
Do
he?
you
So
do you want a
Goose
goose on
don't
your
care.
plate too? I could cook it up.
Maybe later.
Nope.
So-
That
Don't
one
do it.
keeps, yeah, don't actually kill it. It keeps coming back.
You know,
Uh,
like an Omega Loop person?
So, my,
God,
It's like
I feel
honking wildly and trying to get out of Driz's hand.
So,
It's like,
Monsieur
ow, stop it.
Driz,
They will come
do-
over and pet it and be like, tell me your secrets.
And it's
Do you speak?
it's
do you
like
speak
wildly
Celestial?
honking. Driz is
Who
like,
are you?
and the goose is like yanking its neck, like its head towards the ground.
Cassie is going to grab a piece of cloth, like really like rip a piece of cloth from her shirt and cover the goose's head. She's gonna
So
try to-
I don't speak celestial. However, I have a high sanity count, and considering I'm a doctor and Dr. Doolittle could talk to animals, can
Oh, gee.
can I try to just connect with him through my mind?
Just an emotional level. Okay, sure. Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, you want animal handling? That's
Yes.
nuts.
Wait.
What about my sanity?
wait,
I can't
wait.
use sanity?
Mm,
Guidance.
what?
Guidance.
What's that gonna do?
What?
How does that help?
Plus- plus
Gives
it's
her a
it's in a
check on
bullet, it's
her
plus
animal
4.
handling.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
You
All right.
want my animal handling or
Yeah,
my
give me-
sanity?
Give me an animal handling. I mean, sanity is usually reserved for like traumatic events and such.
17.
17. Okay.
plus a D4.
Plus a
Yeah,
D4.
add a
Add a
D4. to it.
D4.
Okay.
Yeah, usually animal handling is for like physical handling, but we're doing like an emotional handling apparently now.
Somebody's handling it physically. Somebody needs to handle it mentally.
Yes.
1.
18.
18. Okay. Okay. You can tell that this, like, you look. Well, okay. There's a bag on the goose's head. But as you look into its eyes, you can't do that.
Goose go to sleep, okay?
Um,
Birds go to sleep when it's dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a bee. Yeah, and you can tell that like it seems not just like wild, which has been like your kind of like assessment up to this point, is that it seems like feral, but it seems you want to say desperate.
he's trying to tell us something.
Yeah.
What it's
He's trying to write it
doing
in the
is
sand,
making
and
a lot of noise.
I'm trying to go over to. I'm going over to all the other people and asking each one of them if any of them knows Celestial.
Okay. Let me think. Who would know Celestial? Anybody? What do we got here? Hang on. All right. So, Kay, the Arcanoloth, who is very knowledgeable in linguistics, approaches and says, "Well, I know quite a bit of languages. I can give it a go. It depends on the era it was carved in. But let me have a look see at the symbol here and see what we have. And he looks at the ground. He's like, well, it looks... it's very crude. It could be... no, I don't think so. What if it... Oh, you know what I think it is? I think this is the celestial symbol for time. Does that mean something to you?
Not really.
Hey, so have you had to, who was the last time agent you lost?
We've lost many. The most recent one would be Daedra. She was a druid. She
Really? A druid?
Yes.
Druids can change into creatures.
Yeah, but
What
usually.
does that do? Oh,
Hey, just ask the goose if its name is Daedra. It seems to understand us.
Hey, Daedra? Is that you?
The goose that just has a
I hope they took the
bag on
bag
its
off
head.
it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
It's like a. It's more
I
like
hope
a
they did not
handkerchief.
agree with that
Okay.
and took it off.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's more like a handkerchief that she's put over its head. She's trying to like. She does
Like
know
Mother
a little
Goose.
bit about birds,
Okay.
so she's doing
yeah.
what she would do if
That's
a
fair.
wild
Yeah.
bird was
That's fair.
upset, and that means covering its eyes because then they tend to calm
Yeah,
down.
that doesn't
Yeah.
upset anybody.
Not animals, it doesn't.
It's not
Yeah,
an
no.
animal. It's
That-
a person.
That's actually
you
a good.
don't-
That's a good observation, honestly. And if this was a normal bird, that probably would have worked. And it's odd to
Cassie is
you that it didn't
Acting
work.
as if this is a normal bird.
Yes. Yes.
It's not. It's a
Well-
person. I told you it was a person.
You don't know that.
I do.
do you think it's worthwhile to? Well, I was going to say dispel magic on this goose, but that seems like maybe a big waste of a spell slot. Can you?
Well, I have a
detect
spell
do you
scroll
have
for
det-
detect magic right now.
What about
No.
detect magic on the goose? Have we ever done that before?
It's gotta be magic.
I
Like
don't think
this
there
thing-
had time before.
Yeah,
What's
but
that?
also
It's-
I feel pretty sure. Like, okay, to the goose, is your name Daedra?
So it quiets down, and it wags its head to the sides.
Ask it if its
Not
name
Daedra.
is George.
Who's George?
Well, that way we'll know we know it's not George. So if it shakes its
Oh.
head the same direction, we'll know that's. All right, I'm gonna ask: is your name George?
It wags its head again.
Cass,
Okay, guys, who else did you lose?
There's.
Are you a previous Omega agent?
It looks confused.
Cassie's gonna look over at the other Omega agents. Excuse me. Anybody else here cast magic?
We cast magic, yes. I mean, many of us are magical, if not all of us,
Right.
honestly.
Anybody else got dispel magic?
Or how about animals speaking something or other?
Or speak with animals. I'll take either
Yes.
right now.
I could probably give it a go. I'm pretty good with the languages. I could probably talk to this thing, this strange bird creature. See
yeah.
what
Wait, who is speaking?
K.
K. Okay, yes, K.
And he walks over to the goose and he puts his hand on its head, and he begins to honk at it.
Ayante is just
honk.
like mesmerized.
And he says, "Okay, so the goose doesn't remember his name right now, but it knows it's not a goose."
Ask
Okay.
it what it is trying to do with the Omega Loop.
Yeah.
Honk, 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 honk. It says it doesn't know. It just knows it needs to.
Cassie's
Oh,
gonna
great.
go pick up the Omega loop that was on the ground.
Don't we have an extra one?
That's
Yeah.
the one it got.
Yeah.
Didn't we get two of them?
Yes,
but-
that's the one it's got. Is that extra one?
Yeah, because the Neds that have the other one right now.
Okay, well then just let it take it.
Okay, wait a minute. Who was it that gave us the message to beware of the goose?
Omega Core. I think it was.
It was my ex.
Or no, it was Marcos.
It was
Maybe.
Marcos.
Yeah,
Marcos?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he-
Marcos, why did you give us that message? What do you know about the goose?
Because it's an asshole and it follows us around wherever we go.
See?
Maybe because it wants to go home. Let it go.
No, do not put that goose
You
down.
want to give the goose the magic of the universe.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not a goose.
Can we try? Does
goose.
anybody else have dispel magic? Does anybody else have dispel magic?
Guerin raises his hand. I have it. I can
Great.
I can see what I can do.
Well, here, have some guidance,
This-
Guerin.
Just and Cassie's going to look at the goose. Be like, just we need to put you down to do. Wait, can dispel magic? It gets cast like on an object. It's not area of effect.
It's not area effect, no.
Okay, so it's fine. And just get Driz to hold the goose like straight out so that nothing on Driz accidentally gets dispelled.
Okay.
Right.
For sure. Okay. Yeah, and Guerin casts his magic and says, well, it doesn't... I don't think it's magical. Like, it seems weird to say, but I don't think this is... I mean, it feels like there's some sort of, like, I don't know, partial magic happening here, but it feels old and, like, it's stuck.
Can't druids get stuck?
So,
I'm aware of, maybe.
I'm
I don't know.
wondering if the goose has more it wanted to tell us about the time. Why did it write time? Maybe it has more to write. Although,
We're dealing with a creature that, no matter what it used to be, currently has a very limited intellect.
It
It's-
does have brain the size of literal bird.
Even if this
Can
was
Ianthe,
a
like,
person,
talk it through, like, meditating and finding that inner bubble of magic?
The goose?
Yeah.
what about do you have detect magic, Guerin?
Oh, I cast at the same time. Yeah. Like I
Di-
said, it doesn't seem
Oh.
to have that sort of magic that is dispellable. It has like a... I don't know. It has an aura to it of a different nature. Something
so-
very, very old.
Can you tell if it's evil or good?
Oh, maybe it was a god.
Yeah, I can do that, I think. Although, I don't know about deities. Do deities have alignment?
yeah,
They transcend that, don't they?
Yes.
Well, we don't know if it's a deity.
It just if we could do detect good or evil on it.
Detect good and evil do determine if it's a celestial and undead fiend, all that stuff too, or no? That's something else.
I thought it did.
Yeah, I think that's
Is it? What's the name of the spell?
Detect good and evil.
Okay.
Hold on, let me
Uh,
look at it because I just never use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tells you that. Aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located.
Okay.
Or even with... never mind.
Okay. It's not alignment. It's it's specific type of
It tells
creature.
you if there is a aberration celestial
and where it's
element.
located.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah.
you can see basically.
Yep.
And Guerin holds out his hand and says, "Well, it appears to be celestial in nature,
I thought maybe
and also
Okay.
a goose."
a celestial
Yeah.
goose.
Magic goose.
So if I put this bracelet on this thing, because not all gods are good. Not all gods are good. We know this. And I send this thing back to that island. Do we have any guarantee that that is not going to be yet another catastrophe that we then have to go solve?
Do we know our deities? Can a deity be celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, that kind of thing, or doesn't it work that way?
Yes, there are deities of each of those basically. Like for instance, well, never mind. I don't want to say that. Never mind.
Okay. So but celestials can be bad or good, right?
Yes.
No, they're of good alignment.
Well,
mostly.
celestials, yes. Deities can be bad or good. Celestials are usually good or neutral. Actually, here,
What?
Nomad, give me a religion check.
Can I have a little guidance first?
Yeah.
I got a 12 plus. Where's the D4? There it is. 3, so that's 15.
15? Okay. Yeah, so there are a number of celestial... You're probably asking about deities specifically here. So there's a number of celestial deities out there. Usually, the celestial deities are the big ones. Not always. There are some more lesser celestial deities as well. But usually, when you're talking about celestial deities in like history books and religious texts, you're usually talking about the overgods of some kind, which are the really big gods out there.
Are they good or bad?
Depends. They're generally neutral, but they also do sway one direction or the other for different eras of time. There's just quick history lesson on the overgods here real quick. Basically, there's Ao, the Watcher, who's in charge of like everything, and then there's 3 overgods, and then under them come all like the greater and lesser gods, basically. When you get to celestial, it's usually talking about overgods or Ao himself, basically. Itself, whatever. Doesn't have a gender. It's an omnipotent thingy of the universe. So there's some information for you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of a side question, but would death potentially break the spell that the goose is under, or the magic that he's under?
Well, you've killed this goose several times already, and it hasn't seemed to have done anything.
Oh, okay. So that
it keeps coming back. Yeah.
My
good question.
My other question is, if I shoot his head with my do no harm gun and enlarge his brain, would that help him communicate better?
I suppose you could find out. I don't know. Only to find out. You'd have a very large goose on your hand that would be hard to hold.
The entire
well, if I just target his head, though.
Nope, that's not how that works.
We are
All right, I don't
to
want to make
remain
him bigger.
unnoticed here.
I think that's also brain damage to a creature if its head gets twice as big.
Okay. Yeah.
I know it's literally like making the goose larger, but that whole sentence right there just made me think that she was just gonna be shooting like radiation and just giving it tumor. That's all I could think.
Like, well, you gave the goose cancer. Congratulations. Good job.
I thought it would give me superpowers. Congratulations, you have cancer.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing? I forgot now.
Does its appearance look different from normal geese?
No.
I know that this is interesting, but I gotta say, it feels like there are other.
I think we should give it the loop and see what happens.
But it could be like a really powerful ally.
Or hear me out, because we're literally fighting a god that wants to destroy all of existence. Not necessarily an evil god, but one that wants to wipe out everything.
Well, then we won't know.
That's true.
Why don't we blow up the portal first and see if that has any effect on anything?
We can't get to the portal yet.
We can't blow it up?
It's too far away at the
Not
moment.
yet.
We're
It's
too
too
far
far
away.
away at the moment.
So
We're gonna get closer and then try to blow it up.
Can we at least have Kay ask the more questions like, do you have a lot of power or anything, something like that?
It already said it doesn't remember who it is.
Yeah.
All it knows is that it wants that.
Yeah.
Omega loop, so it doesn't know why.
Is
there anything that I can do, since Ionthai's a little bit familiar with like ancient magic?
Give me. What are you trying to figure out exactly here?
I guess trying to figure out more about the magic that it is.
Okay.
Or helping it tap into its own center.
Give me an Arcana check.
Just gonna guide myself here.
Not good.
No.
It's not gonna.
Oh, luck. I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay.
Can I use one of my other things?
The other skills?
Yeah.
I'd settle for religion. I mean,
No, that one's no good either.
yeah, sorry. What'd you get?
I have +0 on Arcana. That's why I'm having trouble.
Oh.
12.
12? Okay. I will say with a 12, there's something like nagging at the back of your mind that this reminds you of something. It reminds you. Well, I'm trying to think of what it's called now. Kind of. It kind of reminds you of your studies in terms of like liches and like soul transfer stuffs. Kind of just it's something like that. Kind of like feels like it's up that road basically. Rather than like a shape change kind of thing. It feels more like something more like soul
The body
bound.
is a goose, but the soul is stuck to it.
Okay.
The doctor wants to use the invisibility spell
Okay. For what?
to see into the ethereal plane.
Wait, what? You can see into the ethereal plane with the invisibility spell? Really?
I can with the invisibility. I can see the ethereal plane into the ethereal plane.
Ethereal, yes. Okay.
Ethereal, sorry.
Oh, I was like so
ethereal.
confused.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's totally fine. Okay. Wait, the invisible. Can you? I don't see that. Oh, sorry. See invisibility.
The invisibility.
Sorry.
yeah.
That's why I was confused. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay. I like this. This is actually a really good idea, and I love it. Ethereal creatures and odd to appear ghostly and translucent. Okay. Yeah. So superimposed on the goose, you see a young boy with goose-like wings staring back at you.
Well, hello there, laddie.
The boy honks.
So, are there any, like, I want to say any nursery rhymes about geese, or people being changed into geese, or any old stories or anything like that?
Can Cassie make a history check on this as well?
Take it with advantage because of Nomad. Yeah, history check with advantage.
$16.
And she could guidance it.
I already rolled.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that you can think of. I mean, you've heard of like people like getting their souls put into other creatures before, but nothing. This seems very specific. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Can
Honk twice if you're of royal lineage.
The goose just blinks at you.
I don't
Who
know.
doesn't know?
so what Cassie is mainly worried about right now is they cannot tell. Like, we know it's celestial, but considering we're fighting against a god, that doesn't reassure her. She wants some sort of almost insight into the goose's motivation, which is a sentence I never thought to say.
Okay.
Goose's motivation.
Give me an insight check on the goose.
God.
Can
No, I haven't rolled yet.
Yeah, you can get guidance if you want it.
I got a plus
that,
5.
but
on
also I was going to
insight.
say that was my actual strong one. I was wanting to use earlier.
Oh, your insight?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Are you guiding me?
Yeah.
Is that just a free cantrip?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
It does take. I think it takes a minute to cast or something though. So,
Yeah, it's fine though.
Yeah.
Out of combat. You're good.
Of course. Here's where I hit it. That's gonna be 20. Natural 20 for 28.
Oh.
Well, shit. All right, Sarah.
No, this is not where I wanted my natural 20.
All
I
right.
know, you wasted it.
Insight into Goose is not the role I wanted that for.
It
No,
could
this
be
is-
helpful, or
this
we
is
could
gonna-
be saving someone.
This is helpful. Well, I don't know if you.
doing good.
All right, so you get down real close to this thing and stare at it like deep into its eyes, and it seems ancient and wise, and like behind the exterior of the goose, it seems to be like fighting against its like goose-like nature here. But behind all that, it does seem that ancient wise creature, and also it almost like seems to like go deeper and deeper the longer you stare into its eye. Like it's like infinite. It seems non-aggressive, but it seems desperate and will do anything to get what it needs.
Okay, I want to try something. Can I try
Yeah.
something?
Yeah,
No,
go ahead. Elizabeth?
I would like to use Vortex Warp and try to warp that sucker off the goose.
Or
Or,
What sucker?
What sucker?
The boy.
Oh, I don't think you
Oh.
can cast
No.
things on
yeah.
ethereal beings. No, they're not. Yeah, no, you can't. It's not
I
on the.
can't?
No, okay, so
No.
the ethereal plane is overlaid on our plane, but it's not in the same plane of existence. You cannot cast things onto a different plane, right?
Unless
That makes
it
sense.
says you can.
As you said, you can. Yeah.
Cassie's going to put the sparrow megaloop over the goose's neck. And,
Oh no, you're fading
as-
out.
Yeah. What are you doing?
As-
Sorry. Go ahead.
So Cassie's going to put the sparrow megaloop around the goose's neck.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Driz to set the goose down.
Okay.
Like, take a couple steps back. And as soon as
Ye-
the webbed feet hit the ground, click the button and step back.
Okay.
You
Uh,
only live once.
Yep. You want to live once. All right. All right. And the goose disappears, and then you see the goose like, I want to say like rubber band back and forth. It looks like it's like dipping in and out of like space and time, like very rapidly and very violently as well. And it's like thrashing around, and then it disappears one last time, and then something else reappears. I can find where I put it if I have it out at all. I don't have it. Hang on. I need to pull a mini out here real quick.
Should
Yeah.
have shot the gun at it.
There we go. And a whitish blue skinned boy with silver hair and very large wings appears and looks very confused.
Is that an angel?
It's a good question.
Yeah. Cassie looks at Iante. You're up. You're up.
Okay, sure. Just gonna wave gently, walk over slowly with a smile on my face. Like, hello. Are you okay?
I think so. And he's like feeling his face and like moving his hands around and just like, I think he slaps himself a little bit in the face. And he's like, did this actually happen? Am I still a goose? This is another one of those dreams, isn't it? Those are so depressing. I wake up
No.
and I'm still a goose.
All your characters are depressed.
Such
No,
a day.
Yeah.
Could be.
if
I
our
need a
reality is
therapist,
real,
all right?
if our reality is real, then this is real.
Which? Oh no!
What is your name?
What's happened since it's coming back to me. Hang on. I don't know how long I've been a goose, to be perfectly honest with you. Also, why am I this small? I should be much bigger than this. Am I a child? Oh no.
Are you not supposed to be one?
You
No.
seem to be.
No. I'm. How old am I? How old am I?
You are the size of a child.
Hmm.
The size is
What is
relative.
What is your name? Do you have a name?
My name is Ellis. I think.
Alice?
Ellis.
Did you know another childlike deity named Beta Lady? Sorry, I don't remember her name.
I
Kieran?
don't- You want Kieran?
Kieran?
Kieran, sorry.
The name might sound familiar. I don't. Maybe.
If you were
I-
helping her.
I remember
What's the
so
last-
little.
What is the last thing you remember?
I think I remember. Well, I remember a lot of being a goose. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
A lot of just frolicking in the water. I remember. Oh no! I think I was killed. Oh my gosh. That's fortunate.
Horrible.
Yeah, that's not a good memory at all.
I'm thinking more in terms of like trying to figure out time for you. Like, what is the last?
Time. That-
Yeah. So like,
Well, who killed you?
historically speaking,
Yeah.
what is the last kind of important thing you remember happening?
Well, clearly the Titans aren't here anymore. So.
Oh, okay.
mm,
Who
So
are the
it's been
Titans?
it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Okay.
Yeah. I remember there was these 3 gods that I think they're the ones that killed me. I don't remember their names anymore. They weren't important, I don't think. But I
What
felt
were they like?
something
Were they musical?
that's a weird question.
That is a weird question.
I think one of them might have been musical. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I actually knew them when they came. I knew of them, but I'd never seen them before, I don't think.
Does the name the Resonator sound familiar?
A little bit. It wasn't them though, I don't think. That name sounds familiar. I didn't know these ones' names.
Oh, okay.
That name sounds a
Oh,
little more
wait.
familiar.
Who's the spider lady?
Loth?
Yeah.
You asking about Loth?
Yeah. Was it her?
Maybe. Spider does
Okay.
sound familiar. Yeah. Yeah, I think she was one of them. Man. That wasn't that pleasant at all. But I think I was something before that, though. Even before that, I was something else. What was I?
You mean you weren't were you human? Were you
Well, if I died, I must have been mortal. But I feel like I wasn't before. It's slowly coming back to me, but I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
would any of us actually know a history of this kind of stuff that this person went through?
So, I want everyone to give me a history check or a religion check.
All right.
$18.
Okay.
20.
20.
$13.
Okay.
7 for Ned.
This checks out. What about Zed?
A beautiful 6. A
Okay.
sucky 6,
Clicky
maybe?
6. Okay. All right, this makes sense. Anyways, Iante has the highest number. She's the one kind of like doing the most of the communication anyways. Also, okay, so actually this works out perfectly. Iante, so based on your delves into ancient ruins, in particular to you recall as you're looking at this child, his face feels familiar, and you're remembering back to a delve you did into a celestial ruin, like a temple, that was a temple to one of the gods. And the symbology was very old and worn down. But the thing that strikes you the most as familiar is the wings, actually. The wings and the hair. And it reminds you of the temple was to Kronos, the god of time.
Oh,
Wings remind her of the temple.
There was symbology there.
Yeah.
Of the wings, and some kind of like very like silhouette style kind of like iconography of Kronos.
And just to make
Oh.
sure, Kronos is Kirad's father.
Mm-mm.
No, what am I?
No, Sindor was
Sindor.
Sindor
Oh,
was
that's right.
supposedly it's what she believes, or is what she told you, more or less, is that
Ooh.
she is. I don't know what to say. Yes, yes. Kira told you that Sindor is her father, so yes.
And so we've heard of Kronos before. I'm trying to remember what we know about Kronos. He's a god
well,
of
it is
time.
hard because I think of Greek Kronos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we get time, the word time from. So
Yes, Kronos is the god of time, and Kronos is the one. Kronos. Okay, let's go back to session like 1 here. Kronos was killed a long time ago, and that's why the time keeps looping.
Oh, right.
And that is your whole mission.
Right.
If you recall.
Okay.
Sindor is currently the steward of time. He's maintaining the timeline, but he's not the god of time right now. But yes, your objective was to find out what killed Kronos, if you recall, and then find a way to stop it, basically.
So this might be Kronos, right?
I don't know. Hey, what do you know about Kronos?
He looks at you and kind of tilts his head, and he says, "That name does ring true for me, I think."
I've seen you in his temple.
Interesting.
Well, parts of you. Tiny you.
Oh no, was I cut up in pieces?
Oh, no, pictures of you. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Pictures of your wings.
That's much less terrifying. Okay, that's good. You know, I do feel like I remember more now. I feel like I could be something of that nature.
We need a restore memory spell.
Cassie's just going to kind of hold one hand up. I'm really sorry about all the times I stabbed you. Just
Oh
wanted
no,
to-
that's fine. No, I'm not worried about it at all, to be honest. I mean, I'm a little
am.
mad, but be honest, you're not the first
That's
one to do
fair.
it. These ones over here, he points at the megacore, they're the ones that killed me so many times. And they all kind of like shuffle awkwardly, kind of look off the
Yeah.
side, just like,
Iantha's just like cheering herself. I knew it was
Like
something
a-
else. And this is why you don't kill animals.
Fair, you kept pecking at us. It's really
No,
What
it's
would
okay.
you do if you were a goose for millennia?
I couldn't remember anything, basically. I was just barely able to manage to draw that symbol on the ground for you guys. Before that, it's a struggle being a goose. Like, it's really difficult. Like,
Yeah,
you have like the memory of like a goose, actually. Yeah, no, it's like 3 seconds. Like,
Why were
it's just
you?
gone.
Why did you inscribe the word time in the sand?
Because he's related to time.
It's the
Yeah, but-
one thing I remembered. And I
Oh.
hope that you would listen to realize that I wasn't just a goose. I hope that it meant something to you. I honestly, at the time, I didn't know what it meant.
It does, because the god Kronos was killed a long, long time ago. Now time is looping infinitely. There's a guy named Sindor who's trying to take over the universe and kill everything that tries to stop him and wants to take over time. And then he's got a supposed daughter who's a bagel girl, and she's trying to stop it as well. And we're at war.
That's a lot.
yeah.
It is a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
been
Wow.
Because we were also killed by
48.
Sindor.
like
Oh.
48 hours.
Yeah.
So,
with this.
Can we actually see the cathedral from here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I point to it and say, "See that cathedral over there? See those? There's two very evil people there who are trying to take over time and take over your job."
Well, I don't think that's what they're doing. It's just that this
Sorry,
is
guys,
a
my
climate
Wi-Fi's thing out.
event.
Bad.
Okay. Let me know if it comes back.
I don't think they're taking over time. This is just a calamity that works for Sindor because he wants calamities to happen because it destroys this loop. Because he's trying to get to the end of time.
Is that what he's doing? I can't even
Yeah.
remember. Okay.
Guys,
I'm pretty
I'll
sure.
be back as soon as I can.
Gotcha.
All right.
Also, technically incorrect. Tendor is trying to kill off all of the biological creatures. He teamed up with Echo in order to make synthetics, because they're far easier to control in each of the time loops, because he's not able to actually maintain the timeline correctly, because he's not powerful enough of a deity. So he's trying to basically create all these apocalypses, so that each loop there's less people around and more like synthetics.
So
What the DM
he
said.
is making
Yes.
he is the one messing with time though, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean,
not
he- yeah,
Lilith and
Yeah,
whatever.
not Lilith and Ordog. Yeah, they're not. Their goal is
But
to
they're
bring
working
back.
for him.
No, they don't know who he is.
No.
No,
Okay.
their
Yeah,
their
no.
objective
They
is to
did.
bring Loth into this plane of existence, and he was a demigod.
We're supposed to be preventing a calamity so that this time doesn't end.
Right.
Yeah.
That's your objective, because your goal was to stop enough apocalypses to get to the end of time to figure out what happened, basically.
Yeah.
So maybe you should ask him, since you're talking to him, maybe you should ask him if he knows if he has any time powers. There's a lot of beeping going on.
What?
Oh, people are, I'm guessing that Sarah's,
Messaging. Yeah.
That I
Oh.
just,
I don't know.
I just reconnected. I should be good
Yeah.
now.
So anyway, I mean,
Do you feel magical?
does he have any magic?
Oh, I mean, of course he does.
Well, ask him if he knows how to do
I
anything.
did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. So
You're welcome to ask too.
all right, as you guys are kind of like pull kind of his memories together here, especially Ianthe leading the charge. So Ianthe, give me a persuasion check. That's the closest thing I can get to at this point. Like a memory jog.
Well, I'm definitely gonna have to guide myself on that.
Okay. They get advantage because the whole party's kind of helping at this point, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'll
I'm
just do
very
that.
good at persuasion. If there's anything I could do.
No, she's point person. Sorry.
Okay.
You're giving her advantage, so.
Okay.
Uh, 15.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of like talking to him, asking him questions, you kind of like Ianthe begins to like push him a little more, kind of like extract more information out of him, and suddenly like his eyes like turn like just bright white, and like he like head kind of like leans up a bit, like towards the sky, and like his voice changes, and he seems to be like reciting almost, as he begins to speak. Hold on. Is this the right thing? It is.
Mhm.
Hello. Let me tell you a story. Possibly the story. There were once 3 greater gods that ran the universe for Ao. There was Kronos, Tanabris, and Fate. Kronos controlled the timeline. Tanabris controlled space, and Fate controlled the destiny of all living things. Over the endless millennia, both Tenebris and Kronos came to fall in love with fate, as she had influence over both of their realms and had a love for hospitality, creating delicious food for the gods. They each began taking on numerous other deific roles, and later distributing them to lesser gods. Most notably for this story, Tenebris became worshipped as a deity of justice, which made it so his actions became greatly restricted when it came to the results of his jealousy and covetousness. Tenebris concocted a scheme to trick Kronos into giving up his powers, temporarily, to him, so Kronos could live as a mortal and experience the gift of fate. While he was mortal, however, Tenebris had a group of lesser gods kill him, and kept the power of time and the favor of fate for himself. Fate found out what he had done, however, and convinced Ao to banish him to the edge of the outer edges of the plane. Feeling betrayed and filled with the power of two overgods, he lashed out against fate and destroyed her. Tenebris was unable to hold on to the power of Kronos, and it slowly turned him mad until eventually he released it, and it escaped to be harnessed by Sindor, a lesser god of Kronos, before the timeline collapsed entirely. Tenebris still stalks the outer planes in his insanity. Sindor managed to use his borrowed power to reform Fate into a young version of herself, and kept careful watch over her, as he knew Tenebris would come for her eventually if he found out about her. He also needed her power to try and keep order in the timeline. The young girl never knew her powers originated from him, and not from Sindor. Unbeknownst to all but Ao themselves, Chrono was not actually killed, and used the power in his alpha loop he wore as a mortal to transfer his soul to the nearest creature, which happened to be a goose. He had been trying to get access to a mega loop, the megacore, ever since, but couldn't remember why due to having a goose brain. He has now become a young being once again, just like Fate was reborn.
So his eyes go back to being normal, and he goes, "Whoa, where did that come from?"
Boy, do I have a surprise for you.
I like surprises. I like surprises, I'm pretty sure. Can you surprise me? I don't know.
I feel like the only one who can't be surprised is Fate. Miss Bagel Girl.
You keep mentioning these bagels. I think this sounds delicious, but I don't know what they are.
Interesting.
They're an experience.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to describe them, honestly. Be very careful when you eat them, because
Gone again.
Yeah.
So, that was a lot. That was a lot as
Ooh,
well.
got chills. I got a little
Now,
tingly now.
Fate, we can now tell baby Kieran. Kieran.
Yeah.
Now we can tell her who she is. She's Fate.
Yeah.
And she's super powerful. She's more powerful than Cinderin.
Does this all feel like really above our pay grade?
It does.
But aren't you happy to be a part of it?
No. No, I want to go home. I want to go home. Oh.
Well,
God.
okay,
Can people kill
Kronos over
something,
here is
please?
about
I
to
wanna
have
go
like a giant target on his back, and I don't know if he's powerful yet. So
Yeah, I don't think I have my powers, honestly. I think that Sindor has them, right? That's what I heard, said. Everyone
yes,
That is what she said.
so you need to go be with Fate where it's safe.
Yeah.
And you can tell her who she is, and then you guys can be friends, since that's what you wanted so badly.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think this is a good
really
idea.
plan.
You still have the Omega Loop on you?
I do. Yeah, I have it. It's right
Okay,
here.
Well, you can go tell her what's up.
I also have mine.
Oh, you have yours?
Yeah, I have the alpha loop.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess we can take the other one back in case we need it.
Yeah, mine's much more powerful.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think.
don't be rude.
Hopefully it still is. I'm not sure.
Well, you transferred a soul, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Alpha and Omega. Nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys are soulmates.
Oh. Trevor, if my Facebook gets weird again, I swear to God, man.
What? Your Facebook?
What?
Oh, have you not been so blessed to have those? I'll send you screenshots later, man. There's some weird, like quasi werewolf romance crap that keeps trying to
Oh
pop up
my
on my
god!
Facebook.
Oh my
Oh.
god! I've been getting those ads. Oh,
See, yeah,
What?
Thanos.
I'm
it's so
very-
awkward because
I'll send you
I-
screenshots
okay.
later. It's fine.
I was just getting them like being read. Like I get them like because I was looking up audiobooks recently, and now I'm
Yep.
getting audio of the ads being read to you.
yes.
So cringe.
I
Oh.
don't know what I googled to be cursed like this, but whatever it is, I'm very sad.
Evan is my mate. Oh my god.
So bad.
What? It's so terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay, so the,
The internet is a cursed
young
thing.
godling, it should be a god. I don't.
I'm good. I'm good with Godling. I'm good with that.
Godling.
You said over God,
Godling.
right?
Well,
Yeah,
but not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Uh,
tiny God, mini God.
yeah. I do
Maybe
think
God.
I do think it would be better if you went.
Went where? I can't hear you.
I do think it would be better for you to go and see Fate. I think it's about to be really dangerous here. I don't think it's going to be a good idea for you to be here. I think you might make it more dangerous for us rather than less.
Yeah.
Okay. And he bows,
Okay.
and then
You
he,
can tell
he,
her the
he
story you
disappears.
told us and tell her we said hello.
He disappears.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, we now know something Fate doesn't know.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, she'll know very soon.
Well, yeah,
No,
and I hope she's mad. Because this is the result of two men fighting over a woman, and they decided to ruin all of time for their dicks.
Like Greek mythology. This is all of it, basically.
That's because those are based on people.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They decided
okay.
our gods should look like humans.
Mm-hmm.
So, excellent call, you guys, on the goose. Thank you for stopping me from just stabbing it again.
Always.
Yeah.
Driz still has some
Oh.
feathers in his hands, and he's just staring blankly at everybody, just like, what just happened?
Didn't we tell you that, like, we told you we were on the timeline, man. We're part of time. We're time
When-
warriors.
When
Time
we told
soldiers.
you,
Honestly,
Time
think,
I thought you were bullshitting me. I was like, oh, she's
Yeah.
cute. I'll just go with it, I guess. So, I mean, it was,
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
I kind of just, okay. All right.
I'm cute enough to ignore the crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, it's really how we've been getting by, honestly.
Yeah, we're in the
I
war of
believe it.
gods.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
This is just a small part of it.
None of us knew each other like 4 days ago.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been weird. I want to go stab things.
okay.
Well,
All right, so I do want to give you guys some. I know Matt's been itching to stab things too.
I think he wants to shoot something.
Yes. Well, he has an axe. And so so I do want to tell you guys how this is gonna work. And then you guys can do whatever you want with this information, but just mechanically here. Basically, the way this works is that each of the allies' factions that you have accumulated throughout this adventure will be available as an asset to send into the field, and within their own group, basically. And so the battles that you send them out into will be determined by like 3 flat d20 dice rolls, and they can get advantage if you give like the faction leader buffs or whatever, right? But and then depending on how many out of like the 3 rolls they do, they're to do a contest versus whatever creature you send them against, right? Depending on how many successes they get, depends on how successful they are. If they are like full success, partial success, or like they wipe out entirely, basically. So if you send one of these factions into combat versus one of the creatures that I have listed previously, that's kind of how that plays out. Basically, they do like a back and forth, like a quick dice roll, and you kind of see the results of it. And then there's also ones that you guys can fight potentially too if you want to, or or have
We
to.
want to.
If you have to, or have to, right?
Yeah.
And the way this works is that because the idea is that based off of the intel you gathered previously, you determine that the portal is ready to activate. It takes 1 minute to activate, basically. And in order to get there, you have to basically be quiet about it, but also still fight things quietly, right? Which means that you have 3 rounds to beat each creature in order to have done it quietly. After that, then the alarm is raised, basically, because that means that the army patrols circle back around to your position, and now you've been spotted, right? At which point, that's when the countdown timer will proceed. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
I also will say that let's see, hold on here. You also have to do stealth checks when you start each fight, which would have been made with disadvantage if whoever it was at roll for this didn't find the foxholes that are throughout everywhere. So they're regular stealth checks. You don't have disadvantage, which is really good. Like, really good.
Yeah.
Also, it can note that a fighting unit, a faction, can be sent into battle more than once, but if they receive less than 3 successes in a fight, they have a -5 to their next fight, which stacks.
Got it.
Okay, there's a lot of rules here, I know. Basically, you can send yourselves, or you can send one of these factions into battle for you as we go here.
We're playing the final battle of Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that game.
Yep.
Best game series ever.
Absolutely. Played it
But-
so much.
Ayanthe is not going to be able to tell people to go fight, because then if they die, that is on her, and she cannot do that.
Yeah, because
That's
remember, if
okay.
they get 0 successes, they literally all die.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Yeah.
okay. It's why you've got Cassie.
Oh no.
okay, so I'm trying to see if I understand all this. So
So
are they
there's
going?
okay.
Are
So
we sending in ahead, or it's up to us? Are
you're
we
going
gonna
all
sneak
at the
through
same time, basically.
Yeah.
The idea
Oh,
is
okay.
basically you have to all go at once in order to try, and they're gonna basically block specific monsters for you, so
Yeah.
you can make it through. So there's 10 monsters on the field, and you have to pick which ones you're gonna fight, which ones you're gonna send your allies to fight, right? So you get to prioritize which ones that you think each of them is gonna be best or best against, and which ones you're gonna be best against, right?
Okay. Are you
Based
saying
on
we have to fight all 10 of them?
someone has to fight all 10 of them,
That could take forever.
but
It's
a-
not traditional combat.
yes. The ones that you guys fight will be traditional combat, but the ones that they fight will not be. And you have access to the Moonblades, the High Elves, Screege, and the Lurchers, what I'm calling that's the Lurch Army,
Yep.
and Omega Corps. That's 5 factions you can pull from.
Because
to
we have
send out.
Moonblade, High Elves. Screege is a faction.
Yeah, there's
The
2 of them now.
Two Screeges.
Yeah.
I count. Yep.
Yeah, that's a faction. They get
What can
big.
they do except turn into a big house? I mean, as big as a house. Do they?
They
fight?
roll. You'll find out.
Okay.
It's a big
I'm
mushroom that
pretty
can roll things over, basically.
Yeah. I feel pretty confident in Screege.
So Moonblades, High Elves, Screeges. Who else?
Lurchers and Omega Corps.
Is
Lurchers.
Wednesday with the Lurchers or no?
Yes.
Omega.
She is?
Yes.
I thought we left the child at home.
She's here, but she probably won't fight.
Okay, good.
She's mostly the guide because Lurchers never
You've-
left the premises.
Yeah. Even
So the
even
Lurchers
Cassie has her
include-
limit.
The Lurchers include the Ghosts and the Ghost Blades,
Yes, the Lurchers are that entire group right there.
and the Spiders,
yeah.
and
Everybody you
Archie.
encountered at that one place. Yeah.
Ayanthe thinks Wednesday's awesome, so she waves to her with a great smile on her face.
She's like, totally,
So-
whatever. Hi.
so there's so many of them we can't buff them all. So how in the heck is
Again, you
that?
can buff the faction leaders, and that'll buff that faction for its role.
But
makes
what does
sense.
buff mean even?
You can give them bless. You can give them guidance. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like anything that buffs a roll, basically. These aren't like standard ability checks, attack rolls, whatever. So I think that I'll be pretty flexible in terms of like what counts, honestly. But most
Okay.
things that buff, an individual and improves their like rolls, basically the advantage or whatever, right, will count.
If members of the faction have a specific ability that we want them to use, will that be a possibility?
About Driz.
The
The ghost is what she was thinking.
I mean, again, you can pair whatever faction you want against whatever monster you think is going to be best for them, and they can get advantage or disadvantage on their rolls based off of their pairings. I already have listed in my notes
Okay.
who is good versus who, basically.
Okay.
However,
made-
you can change my mind if you have a good enough argument.
That's what I'm good at.
Yes.
If I want to have the ghosts possess something, will that be an option?
Not really, because they aren't humanoids. Usually the ghosts would possess humanoid creatures. These are not. These are very large, otherworldly entities. So I would say probably not. Yeah.
No problem. Just so I can strategize. Okay.
I can't remember what the ghost abilities actually were,
That
but they
that
could
was
do
the
some
only
sort of
The one that took away 40 years of your life.
yeah.
The possession
The-
one was the only one that I really cared about.
I also will say that whoever wants to, aka whoever has the highest insight, can roll 5 insight checks to see if they can determine who's the best versus what.
Oh, okay.
Mine is 8.
Ooh.
Mine's 5.
Mine's 5, but I would have advantage, but only to do with if they're lying
Nah.
or
not-
telling the truth. So
Yeah.
So if hers is 8, I'm thinking that's the best one, right?
Yeah. So if Cassie can
Mine is
aid,
0.
So he should definitely roll it, I think. I think we're
Yes,
learning here. Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
Well,
yeah.
it is the wisdom.
Yeah, it is the wisdom.
So-
Yeah.
can Cassie aid Ianthe and give her advantage in these?
Yeah, I'll allow it. You did a lot of the tactical stuff here, so you're assessing the troops and she's assessing their actual strength,
Technical?
basically.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, we have
we can
our therapist and our tactical person kind of like
Yeah.
double down.
and we
yeah.
can just do that as we encounter things.
And I'm gonna have you
What do
roll
you-
them now, so you can.
Yeah.
Then I'll give you a list of what things you think they'd be best against.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So, am I doing
You
10
give me
rolls?
no.
and
You give
do
me
the
5
highest?
rolls. You give me 5 rolls, one for each of the factions.
Yeah.
And then I tell you the list of things that they're best against, and you're gonna need to keep track of this on your own.
No problem.
Oh, okay. So then, what does having advantage do if I'm doing just 5 rolls?
Roll
Uh,
twice.
When you do 10 rolls.
Yeah,
you can
that's
do
why I
that,
said
right?
roll 10 times and give
Well,
you the
roll
best.
Oh, sorry.
with
Am I
advantage.
rolling tries for each one?
Each
or
one,
am I just giving you?
individually.
Okay.
So
Okay.
5 rolls, but each one is with advantage.
Yeah,
which
they
you
need to
can
be
right-click-
individual, so I can
you can-
tell you what you know about
Okay.
each one.
You can right
All
click
right.
and say do advantage.
And I'm gonna put in a list here of what order they're gonna be in, so I can know what role is associated with what.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm writing it down. So.
Lurchers, yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Mega Courage. Oh, and then High Elves. Here we go. Okay. Give me your numbers when you got them.
What's the list so I can put the numbers? I guess the info and stuff with it.
Right.
I'm doing Omega Core. Then
But just say Omega Core, have a roll, and
Yeah,
then
roll.
do the next.
Yeah.
Okay. And. Oh, cool.
What?
22.
And so with the 22, hang on here. Omega Core. I want ally weakness. Yeah. Okay. So the Balhaneth. These are what they're good against. Okay. They're good against the Balhaneth. They'd be good against the Death Kiss. They'd be good against the Cadaver Collector.
Mm-hmm.
And is that it? Let me see. What on the list here? That's it. Yeah, those are
Okay.
their strengths. Screege. Give me a
Wait,
roll.
are you telling me what they're bad against, or is that?
Yeah, I
I'll
can.
have to
That's
roll?
fine. I can do that too. They're
Okay.
bad against. Hang on. The Aryan, not Aryan. Aorian. Here we go. Aorian observers.
Did you say observers?
Absorber? Sorry.
Oh, absorber. Okay.
Aeorian Absorber. It's hard to say.
It's fine.
And the Bahir. That's it.
So then, are they neutral against the other
Yeah.
3, 2?
Yep. They're neutral against
Three.
everything else. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. They'd be the flat rolls then.
Screech.
Yep. Screech, what we got?
$22.
22 again. All right.
Nice.
Excellent. All right. So, Screech are good against. Let's see here. Where's my? This is the Froghemoth.
Froghemoth?
Froghemoth. Thank you. Yeah, sorry. Froghemoth. That makes much more sense. Yes.
There.
Yes.
Yep.
And Muriel.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay.
it. And then
And bad against.
yeah, bad against. They are bad against the Aboleth and the Death Kiss and the Skittering Horror and the Aeorian Nullifier.
Aeorian Nullifier.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now give me a roll for the Moonblades.
What is Aeorian? Aeorian. There's 2 monsters that have that.
It's the location, I believe.
So what are we doing, Moonblades?
Moonblades is next. Give me your roll.
22.
Oh my
Again,
goodness gracious.
wow.
You're over 20 on all of these, and I don't appreciate that. Because that's the DC! To get insider information, get the cheat codes. All right,
Oh.
so yeah, I made it hard for a reason. Y'all got a rocket launcher, and now you get all the cheat codes. All right. Anyways, so they are good against the Aboleth and the Death Kiss and the Skittering Horror and the Aeorian Nullifier. And they're bad against the Froghemoth and Muriel.
Oh, that's good, because the Screech
It's
needs
good
to be
because
good
the
at
Screeches
something.
are bad against those, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Well, I
good
wanted them
against
to have something to do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna feel you're doing well, right?
You know.
All right, the Lurchers, give me your roll.
Lurchers.
Come on, 20.
Y'all got a lot of information.
And we rolled well for the other thing we had to get information
21.
about.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. All right. Lurchers. Lurchers are good against the Aboleth. And let's see, the Death Kiss. And the Aeorian Absorber. And that's it. And they're weak against. Let's see.
Fine, because
The
somebody's gonna be...
Balanoth. And they're weak against the Cadaver Collector. And the Nullifier.
Got it.
Yeah, you can tell you're a nerd when I'm thinking about how I would organize this data to make the best chart, and I'm like excited about it.
Fantastic. All right, High Elves are next. Give me your roll.
Okay. $22.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
All right. Well.
And
this is-
we have proof too, so
Yeah, you do. All right.
it's good.
The High Elves are good against the Skittering Horror and the Absorber and the Bahir. And that's all. And they're bad against the Cadaver Collector,
Hmm.
the Frog Hemoth, and Muriel.
That's awesome.
Also, I do apologize to the combat people in our group. This is the planning stage. We might not get to actual combat today. We'll see, but it will be mostly combat the rest of the campaign.
So the way that you're going to do this is basically there's just going to be some straight rolls that you're going to be doing. So they're not going to be saying, okay, I have this weapon, I'm going to pull out this and all that kind of stuff.
No, it's just it's a best 2 out of 3 basically on a situation basically. Where they have 3 contests where I'll have one of you roll the d20s for them and I'll roll for the monsters, and you add any bonuses or whatever you've applied to them, and we see who has the higher number. And 3 successes means total victory, 2 is a mixed victory with some losses, and 1 means a retreat with heavy losses, and a 0 means a complete wipe of the unit. You don't want 0.
And what sounds the alarm?
That's mostly you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. I also believe that if they also get a 0, that means that the alarm is sounded as well, because that means that they have fought something, all lost, and now there's a the troops are free to find this out.
So do we need to worry about the troops that I forget where they are, but there's a bunch of...
Nope. The whole point was there was too many of them to worry about, and so you guys charted out the best path possible, and it goes past the monster, because the troops you can navigate around because they have actual tactical formations and movements. The giant creatures have random patterns, and you cannot plan for them. That's why you're going that route rather than just doing a full-scale attack on the thing. Because as soon as they see you, as soon as the troops see you and can communicate back, they'll alert whoever's in charge of the portal right now, and it'll become activated. You assume.
Okay.
To understand the rules.
Well, kind of. I mean, most of it I get, but we're going to have to, as you go, you'll have to tell us again.
Yeah. And remember, you can send them, each faction, out multiple times if you wish to.
Sorry, Trevor, you cut out for me there.
Sorry. You can send out a faction multiple times. It just gets more and more dangerous for them.
Even if they won the previous time?
No, because if they have 3 full successes, they don't have any penalty. But in general, based on odds, it will get more difficult just on numbers.
But we can add a buff like Bless or even just Guidance to the beginning of each of these rolls.
Yes.
To improve our odds, basically.
Yeah.
And so does it matter what kind of buff we give them, or just a buff is a buff is a buff?
No, whatever the buff says it does. So you want to give advantage if possible, or if they already have advantage from you assigning them to the correct, monster, you want to give them a bless or something to stack on top of that, right?
Oh, okay. So, but it's only buffs that have to do with rolls, not to do with other kinds of buffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Guidance will probably be the most useful in that sense, because it's low cost but could be high reward.
Yeah.
Right, so Guidance is a D4.
Yes, but it's also a cantrip.
Yeah,
so
I
know.
It's free.
So if there was something that was really important, we would want something that gave advantage.
Assigning them the right enemy will grant advantage.
Oh.
Yeah. But we
can it really is Guidance is really the only thing we'll be using then, probably.
Yeah.
Well, unless we run out of people that would, unless we don't have the right combination.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, I didn't think you guys would roll so high on your insight checks, honestly, and you'd be going in blind for most of these things. Not that you are going in with all the information is extraordinarily helpful and helps you power game the shit out of this.
I am doing that exactly now.
Yeah, I figured you were.
Like, I'm already typing it up, and I'll be done in like 30 seconds to put into the chat of what each monster, who should go against it, and who should not go against it. And for several monsters, there's only one group to go against it.
Yeah.
Right, so we want to save that group for that monster, right?
Yes.
And we might not necessarily hit all. Wait, are we going to actually hit all 10 monsters?
You have to hit. Someone has to hit all 10 monsters. Whether it's you guys or one of your factions. Someone has to hit all 10.
So what could this going in stealth do then? I thought.
Not set off the rest of the army and the other monsters?
Yeah, it goes in sequence, basically. We're gonna go in sequence. We're gonna roll them in sequence one at a time. And so, and whenever the stealth roll gets failed or they fail their battle, that's when the clock starts. That makes sense?
And I'm not getting it. So we're gonna start walking or whatever, and you're gonna say roll a stealth roll.
You're gonna assign a faction to go fight a monster, or you're gonna say that you're gonna go fight a monster, right? And if you fight that monster, you roll a stealth check. And if they fight that monster, they don't roll stealth, but they have to win in order to not have it triggered.
We have so. Do we know the monster ahead of time then?
Yeah, I'm gonna go in order of monsters, unless you want to change the order. I'll allow you to change the order of the monsters you want to go in. That's fine. But we're gonna go in sequence basically, and we're gonna see who's fighting this monster.
Yeah, I don't think we know enough about the monsters, but we do. Yeah, we might want to go with the monster that we have the least number of people that can handle it. Go first.
That's several.
So we have 5 monsters that I succeeded in my rolls for that we actually know quite a bit about.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just succeeded at all of these checks. So we actually have a fairly good handle on who should go up against what. Like, for example, if you go over like the corpse collector thing, that one our group would actually have a fairly good chance against.
Oh, really?
It's vulnerable to a lot of the things that we can dish out. Like, it's vulnerable to cold, it's vulnerable to fire, it's vulnerable to piercing, which is like everything most of our fighters do, and the type of magic that most of you guys have.
I see.
So we're actually in a fairly good position here.
Okay. I'm just trying to get my handle on that stealth thing again, but it's just us that are stealthing, not everybody else.
Just you.
Yeah, we're trying to sneak past and let everybody else kind of cover us.
Yep. Basically, you're gonna be all like going. Think of it, it's not actually how it's gonna go down, but basically think of it as like you're all going together. You run into a monster. Who's staying fighting the monster while you go slip past, or are you gonna fight the monster while they all go to the next monster? Right? That makes sense?
I see. Okay. And yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I posted in the chat.
Yep.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Good.
So Balhaneth pretty much only has the Omega Core. Cadaver Collector is the Omega Core. Let's see. Froghemoth is Screech. Bahir is High Elves. The Nullifier is the Moonblades. The Muriel is Screech.
Okay, under the B here, however you pronounce it, it says High Elves, and then in parentheses is the Megacore. Does that mean?
Oh, sorry. I meant the things in parentheses are don't send those against because they're bad
Got
against.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Just assume that it's the same formatting as the rest of it.
So, is there really any advantage of us going against anything until these guys have negatives to them?
No, not really.
No. Yeah, no.
So, okay. So we probably would want to pick the ones we're good at as being last.
Probably.
Good point.
Yeah.
If we have a choice, right?
Yeah,
because we might get stuck having to fight them.
Yeah.
But we also want to put first the ones that there's only one
I'm
action
willing
that can
to.
handle.
I'm willing to just go down the listed order. I don't want to put too much thought into what order do we want to try to
yeah.
find these in. That kind of that feels too much. Like,
It's a little too metagamey.
Metagamey?
yes. Yeah. Like
Okay.
let's not take it to that extent. We already.
I mean, I'm
are-
lazy, so I'm one of those people that's just like RNG hit me.
Yeah, we are already really overloaded with good intel here. Let's
This is
not
true.
push our luck.
So is the order that she's got them listed here? Is that the order we're going with, or is there some other order that Trevor
I just pulled
had?
that off of his
Yeah.
list, so I don't know.
I'm checking. Hold on. Kidnapper, collector. I mean, I think it's alphabetical, honestly, for the most part. Then it stopped. It skips. Hold on. City horror, and then the absorber, then froghemoth.
I mean, our list is not
Here.
alphabetical.
Yeah,
It's not. Neither is mine, though. Technically, it starts off that way and then it stops. Yeah, I don't know how you got the same order that I did, but you did. So.
This is what
That's
you
what you
posted to
posted.
us.
Oh, that's what. Okay, so.
I'm like,
That's how.
no,
Okay.
I'm just really good.
I was like, you're looking at my notes. No. You didn't need insight after all. You had cheeks.
All those things that you posted, this was accidentally in one of the sections.
Yeah.
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 I have not closed those notes the entire time. I mean, I have, but I like keep popping them open when I turn my computer back on.
Nice.
Do I
Yeah.
use them? No.
No, of course not. Don't be silly.
That's too many screens.
All right, so you guys want to start going down the list?
Yeah.
Before we do, Nomad has a few things he wants to hand out and do.
Okay, for sure.
Oh yeah, I guess I need
because-
to buff some people.
Yeah, you'll.
Yeah,
I'll assume you're gonna cast guidance on everybody. Yeah,
Well,
that makes
for
sense.
the first couple ones, and then I guess if they start feeling off, then I could throw in a blessing.
Okay.
You can only do guidance on one person, though, right?
You're you do it on the faction
It's-
leader. It counts.
It's fine. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Trevor?
You do it on the faction leader, and it counts for the whole group.
Oh, I see. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Okay, so, but what I wanted to do was, first of all, this whole zone that we're in, the whole thing is we can count on it being an hour or less. Is that the idea? Like it's been with the other zones?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to cast Gift of Alacrity on Ianthe.
Okay.
So what that does for you, Ianthe, is that it gives you plus D8 on initiative rolls.
Also, I believe you already gave that to Ned Zed.
I did.
Yes.
Yep. And I gave it to myself.
Yes, that's
Looking
three
at
of you
my-
have initiative bonuses.
Right.
Okay.
I'm thinking for the final battle to have her
Yeah,
be able to
it'll
go early would be
Last
really good.
the entire whatever fight, how many fights you're doing, it'll last the whole time.
Right. I have a whiz bang, which is basically like a scroll that I want to hand to, I believe to Kathy would be a good person. It's Misty Step whiz bang.
Okay.
So you can record that if you want. You already know what Misty Step does.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I've kind of figured you did.
And that take an action to use?
Yes, it takes. Well, no.
It takes the casting
a
time.
It takes the casting time, so it's going to be a bonus action.
Thank you.
Yep. And Kathy, I would want to give you a dose of antitoxin in case you get hit by poison.
Mm.
That's something that Nomad had created a long time ago and never used.
Cassie's also going to down her. I wrote down that I created a mutagen. I don't know if I stated that I created a mutagen.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so I have celerity, which is going to give me a +3 boost to my dexterity.
Ooh. Very
And
nice.
it gives disadvantage on wisdom
Okay.
saving throws.
Oh. Ooh. Okay.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
when you?
If I have to make a wisdom saving throw, I'm going to have disadvantage, but I'm about to give myself a
Ooh.
+3 boost to my dex,
Yeah.
and that's going to be worth it.
It's good for your dex saves too,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Because that transfers over. So yeah, it's good for your attack and your saves for dex. That's good. Nice.
It gives just +3 to Dex complete
Her
everything,
score.
right?
Yeah.
Score.
So
Yeah.
my dexterity, for all intents and purposes, right now is 9.
19?
You cut out. It sounded like
90.
9. Yes, 90.
Yeah, 90.
We got the 9.
She's Dash.
She's the Flash. Yeah.
Right.
No, Dash from Incredibles.
Oh, even better.
Right.
Yeah. So much better.
Mm-hmm.
I have a vial of acid that I was thinking, could I give it to the bird? And the
Sorry.
bird could drop it on something? 'Cause isn't there something that might be, I don't know, is there anybody that's, I can't remember if we had anybody who is vulnerable to acid or not, but just, it does damage, and bird doesn't usually do damage, so I thought that might be useful.
The bird can
want it, or-
attack. The bird
but you
can
can-
attack.
Yeah.
It can or can't?
Can.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But
She
mainly
is big.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
But
even
do you
when
really-
he's small, he's can. But for right
Yeah.
now, I'm actually going to keep him out of combat as much as possible.
Right,
Yeah,
but if he's
it's kinda
flying
your fail-safe.
overhead,
Yeah.
if he's flying overhead and the thing can't fly, it's pretty safe, right? He
Sure.
can just drop it, right?
Sure, he can carry that.
All right. So, I mean, that's up to you whether you want to use it or not.
I'm also going to hand over 2 vials of poison oil to Zed. So you can put this on your weapon, and it will add poison damage. I think it's 1d4. Don't do it until we're in combat, because it only lasts for a minute.
Going to Ned then, probably, right?
Yeah, to Ned.
It's Ned. Okay.
Ned
like-
Zed, not Dr. Zed.
Yes.
Yes.
The
Ned,
person
Ned
with the-
McDead. Yes.
The person with the big fuck off axe.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they can smear poison oil. I'm gonna give them 2 vials of that.
All right, Matt, you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Good.
Last
I'm
sentence,
also.
What?
and
Matt?
so it almost sounded like she said 2 miles of this poison. And I was about to say, holy crap! How what?
She just pulled out a hose and you just
it's
drinking
like-
acid from it. You're like,
So it's like, so I've got this lake of poison.
Well, there is one. We didn't go by it though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so you've got 2 of the, and yep, that's everything.
I wanted to, I don't know if this is going to make any difference, but Nomad wants to tell everybody that he might be casting an illusion of who knows what, but if he does, he will put the word Nomad on it, on the side that they can see, so they'll know that it's his, or he'll either that, or he'll put a little hat or something so that you'll know that it's Nomad's illusion, but the monster or evil person won't know.
Cool. Fantastic.
I'm not sure if I'll actually take advantage of that or not, but I just wanted to get that out there.
Who knows?
Who knows? Okay, so the electrical damage of the rocks.
Yes.
So Nomad wants to experiment a little bit and just like he wants to somehow. Okay, first of all, is Vanderglam around?
Yeah, he's with I think the Lurchers. Yeah, he's with the Lurchers.
Okay, so he's not coming with us, right?
No, you don't have any NPCs going with you.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to just have him cast a bolt of lightning, just to see what it does.
Okay.
Out into the, I mean, nearby,
You
but
said.
What?
Didn't you say that the rocks reflect the lightning?
They
Yeah, I just-
conduct the lightning. Yes,
I just kind of
But
want to
as in they don't absorb it and just
it
displace
spreads.
it, which is what normal ground does.
Well, I'm trying to think how to say that. It spreads the lightning out more.
Right, so he just wants
Whatever
to
that word
do
is.
it to see how it works.
Okay. Yeah, I mean
And,
it goes out in a 10-foot sphere around
Yeah, okay,
wherever you
okay.
hit. So whatever you target will hit whatever is also 10 feet away, touching the ground. Things that are flying don't count.
Okay, so what Nomad wants to do is he wants to somehow cast his lightning without getting zapped himself.
Okay.
So can he like
Jump.
jump up and touch something or something like that so he's not grounded? How's that
I
work?
mean, technically, you'd have to get pretty high because if you're
The
working
arc.
with that many
Yeah.
bolts or whatever, the arc could go pretty far.
Yeah.
I mean, think
Well, I
about
want to make
lightning.
sure I'm not around anybody.
Yeah.
Let me-
I would say you'd need some sort of insulation, if that makes sense.
Although you have to have a lot of power for it to go more than a few inches.
So you do have those boots of spider climb.
Yeah,
so
but I'm
you
not.
could try running up a tree.
I'm not
Mhm.
wearing the spider climb boots. I'm wearing
Oh, okay.
the other ones.
Uh,
But I can still climb trees. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you are touch based, so
Right.
That's why I
And
say
you
like
don't know
spider
that there'll
climb
be a
would be good
tree.
because
so
Yeah.
well, actually, I can touch anything that's not grounded, right? You said it's only if things are grounded.
what do you mean? Sorry.
So why don't I just throw a rock into the air, jump up in the air, and touch it?
What?
Because now neither one of us is grounded.
Oh, I see what you mean. I mean,
What I'm trying to do is, if I cast a spell that has lightning, I can get resistance to lightning.
wait, how do you get that?
It's through my sorcerer subclass,
Oh, okay. How long does it last for?
an hour.
Oh, okay. Do you just need to cast any lightning spell, and then you get?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah.
all my lightning spells are touch, and I don't want to zap myself.
No, yeah, that's fine. You can go one place that's
No.
like, yeah, you can just like go on top of like, a non-conductive rock or something and do this. Yeah, that's fine. Top of a
Okay.
log, right? Yeah, on top of a log.
Right, that's what I'm trying
you
to
go.
do. Sorry, I
Okay,
should have
sorry.
just explained what
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
trying
very
to do.
confused. I was like, what are you doing? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
Or can I just go out of the area and do it, right?
Yeah, that's fine
Okay.
too. Yeah, that's no problem.
All right, that's
Okay.
fine.
Just remember that it is going to be a problem though when you're fighting. So be aware of that. Of your,
Yeah, I don't actually plan on using that at all.
Okay.
I don't think I can.
Really?
Using what?
You lightning?
I can't use my lightning because whenever I use it, I'll get zapped.
Does your lightning go to you?
It's a 10
I'm
foot.
if I'm grounded,
Like, where does your lightning
That-
come from? It comes
His
from
hands.
my hands, my
It's touch
hands.
Okay.
only. It's touch only
And
is
it's
the
touch
problem.
only.
And it's a 10 foot bubble. He's in that bubble.
Right, so I can't use my lightning unless something's not grounded. I don't know if we're up on top of the cathedral, that counts as being grounded or not. I'm not sure. But
Okay, to not nullify your class, I don't want to do that to you.
I have a trident.
We have an artificer in the party here. Can our artificer construct some rubber boots?
oh, I see. That go over my
Yeah,
boots
some
of
galoshes.
speed. Some galoshes. Okay.
Yeah, some galoshes. Elizabeth?
Elizabeth, you're the artificer.
Sorry, what was that?
We want to have you make galoshes for Nomad. Can you give me a sleight of hand check?
Okay, I will make him rubber boots.
Not boots with the fur.
The whole
Imagine
club
Matt.
will not be
No.
looking. What? Okay.
Sorry, what's your number? Sorry.
What do I need to roll for that, Trevor?
Sleight of hand. That's all I got for artificing, unfortunately. I gotta make a skill for that eventually.
She might be able to add her
16.
proficiency bonus if it's
Yeah, no.
Okay.
What was the number?
16.
Okay. Yeah, the version must be probably 19. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You'll be able to construct some color coordinated rubber boots for Nomad if you wish.
Huzzah.
Yeah.
Consider it done.
consider it done.
Yeah.
All right, I'll write that down.
I will say though, you only have enough for enough rubber for Nomad. You can't make the whole party rubber boots. So be aware
Right.
of
So
that.
it's still, I have to be very careful
Yes.
because if there's anybody nearby.
Yeah.
I was, by the way, I purposely didn't choose lightning spells this time, except for the cantrips I have and stuff, but I didn't choose lightning because I was worried about that.
Well, you can re-roll your spells right now while people do other things.
No, it's okay. That's okay.
Okay. Anybody else
Alright.
do anything else before you proceed into the fray?
Yeah, Ianthe, are you going to do you have any long-term spells to cast on anybody?
No? Okay.
Well, you have
Check.
at least water breathing, right? Just in case we get into water, I don't know.
Oh, I'm not gonna cast a spell. And
But
that's not a spell, that's just me.
No, water, you have, or water walking, sorry, you have water walking.
There's,
right?
Like, I don't think any
Oh,
water
but I'm
around
not, it's a 3, that's a third. I don't want to use that.
It's a ritual.
We already know what the layout is here. We know there's no water.
here. Yeah.
Do we know there's no water?
There's
Yes.
there's a couple of puddles here and there. There's a little swampy area, but there's no, like,
If
lakes or
anyone
anything.
is concerned about that, I'm happy to make leopard print anything
Yeah,
that is
like-
waterproof. So just
We're
hit me with it.
Thongs all
We're-
around.
we're good. We're
She
good.
could actually not have actually prepared that spell then, if we had
Water
known
walking?
that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she can toss and get another one right now if she wants, just before we go. Like,
Oh, okay, 1 second.
I mean, I have to run to the bathroom, so you guys can change your spells out in the next 2 minutes if you want. So,
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom too, just because you never know how long this is gonna last.
all right, I'll be right back.
Well, hopefully it's less than an hour, because it's already 11:30. So what should I switch out for water walk? I mean, what should I switch in if I switch out water walk?
Don't suppose you have Pass Without a Trace.
I'm sorry, what?
It's a spell called Pass Without a Trace. I don't think it's a cleric spell. I don't think.
No,
you'll be
I
able
don't
to get
think
it.
so.
Yeah.
Oh, it's concentration now.
This whole time, as a nervous tick, the doctor has been chewing on coffee beans, and he is now very, 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 very jittery.
Nice. I'm sure
Alright.
that's not going to cause any problems when you try to fire a big missile.
I'm concerned what I'm walking back into, but I love it.
The doctor has been eating coffee beans this entire time.
Oh no, gonna have
Yeah.
some coffee sharks.
Yep.
Just,
They got them jitters.
the jitters.
I'm sure
oh,
by
no.
the time we finally get there, it'll be worn off.
Gotta go work it off.
The
Jabba,
only
jabba,
thing
jabba.
is I switched out water walk for Aura Vitality. Because I had 1 scroll of it.
Okay. I mean, you're probably gonna want to save your 3rd level spot for Revivify, but
Yeah.
I mean, I have that. It's always prepared, and I also have 2 scrolls of it.
okay. Fantastic.
All right.
Oh,
But I
what?
have-
Sorry, I just got back.
Revivify. That's all.
Oh yeah. Trevor's really worried about us having Revivify, so that's a pretty bad
Well, he
sign.
just said that basically I was going to be using it a lot.
Uh-huh.
Well, I think I'm saying in terms of 3rd level, it's like the most important 3rd level spell for a cleric to have access to, right?
Well, so
Like
is Spirit Guardians.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Because that's basically your only, not your only, but.
I guess that's true. You also can just heal people back to life. So, yeah.
Well, I also have Spare the Dying,
Yeah. That's a cantrip.
which
so.
is basically just doing this. Yeah, it's the same thing as
Well,
bringing
they
them
don't
to 0.
pop back up, but yeah.
No, yeah, they don't pop back up,
But yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right. All right, start going down the list. So the Aboleth. Who is fighting the Aboleth?
I would say the Lurchers, because you want to make sure the Moonblades make it down to the Nullifier.
Any
Agreed.
contestant to that?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't have. I'm not even looking at it right now.
Yeah. No.
And I also
agreed.
put all those other notes of who gave, not who, but who has what
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
the thing as well, in case people
Yeah.
aren't looking at it.
Yeah.
But that also, if we go away and then come back, we know, like, we can remember who has
Yeah.
different things.
All right, so we're having the Lurchers go for the Aboleth.
Yes.
And I'm gonna set up, need to have notes ready for any negatives they take that are sustained. Hang on. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have Matt do the rolls, because he's one wanted to roll some dice. And I feel bad that he hasn't got to stab anything yet. So Matt, go ahead and give me 3 d20s with an additional plus 1d4 in each. Well, no, because it's, hold on. It's three rolls with a d4 with advantage. That's a lot to figure out.
Yeah.
You understand that?
3 d20s. One of them.
All of them have advantage, and all of them get plus d4 to the final number. That makes sense?
So
Yeah.
I need to roll
6 d20s, 3 d4s.
Well,
But you have to
except
roll
now
them in sets, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like
roll
you're doing
2d20.
Yeah, roll 2d20 and a d4, and give me your number.
3 d20.
2
2d20. Yes.
Roll a d20 with advantage, and then add a d4.
Yes.
And you're going to do that 3 times.
Yes. There we go.
You gonna take us to the monster?
Oh, yeah.
So we can look at it while we roll for it.
Yeah. The
Because
Aboleth.
I don't know what any of these are.
7 with the advantage of d4.
Yeah.
You rolled it. What?
The fudge. Okay.
I rolled a 4, 5, and then a 2.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Give me another one.
$14.
14. And
that's-
your third one.
I'm seeing 15.
15.
That's
Oh.
the total for.
Oh, yeah. I see how you're doing it now.
Okay, so it's 14. Okay. Give me a third one.
$20.
20. That's much better. Okay. All right, I'm going to do open rolls on this. It's just straight rolls for it. So first one to contest your 7 is a 12.
Eat.
It's not good. Okay. And then the second one to contest your 14. Oops. Hold on. Go away. One to contest your 14. 14. Ties. So we'll re-roll that one. And so give me another one. Let me know what you get. I'll do a third one here. You roll ties. And that's a 16. Whew. That still fails the 20 though, which is good.
It's a 7 again.
A 7. Oh no. Okay. See what we get. You can test your 7. 19. Okay. That's not great. Okay. So that's a failure, and a success. Okay. So it's not great.
So that's 1 success. What does that mean?
Hang on.
We weren't wiped, but
So let me go find I need to move this down further to a different point, so I can easily read it. Where did I put this? It's much further down here. Let me copy paste this so I can see it. I'll have to look at my monster list at the same time. Okay, so 3 successes mean a total victory. 2 successes mean a mixed victory. 1 success means a retreat with heavy losses. So they failed. Heavy losses. It's not a complete wipe though, so you can send somebody in again, either them or somebody else. They're at the Lurchers are at a -5 at the moment on their rolls.
Okay.
That was a rough go right out of the gate, man. Wow. All right, so you still have to figure out the Aboleth. Are you sending them back in or somebody else?
Sorry, my computer was doing things again.
Okay, so it's a -5 to their rolls. Is that what that means?
To the lurcher,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
And and they're gonna have -5 from now on, right?
Yep.
For everything, right? Okay.
Yep.
Well, Screech
We
is
have-
disadvantage, and Moonblades, if they also fail, then we have to go up against the Nullifier.
I wonder what's the harm in having them try again? If they
They'll
get
die?
0, if they get 0, what happens?
They all die.
They die.
They all die.
But does it matter? I mean, I'm just
No,
saying.
it doesn't.
Harsh.
No, it doesn't matter if the already undead creatures die.
I will say that no bad
But
glam
the
is with them.
lurcher, like the spiders are not undead.
No, but Vandriar glam is with them.
Oh, okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
matters.
But they
Wait, when,
can't.
okay, anyway.
Right.
In the grand scheme of things, no.
Well, no, it's a D&D game, but the characters would care.
The list of things that Cassie cares about right now is distressingly low, I'm not gonna lie. And she's the one making the tactical decisions right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, the group has to
Knowing that-
agree.
she would probably suggest sending in the Moonblades and let the Lurchers regroup.
Okay.
And start fresh kind of idea.
Any contests of that?
Nope.
They're the only other ones that can handle them, right?
Unless
Well, everyone else is neutral. They just wouldn't have disadvantage.
Right.
unless we
mean,
want to
they wouldn't have
unless
advantage.
we want to go fight them, which
Yep.
I'm really trying to save that.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to save that too.
So yeah, I'm gonna send the Moonblades in.
Okay. We're sending the Moonblades. All right. Matt, same thing. You have 1d20 with advantage plus a d4. And then we read it 3 times.
It's more like it.
What'd you get?
21.
Hey, all right, next one.
Again.
Hey, all right, third one. It's had a bad first go. We got this, though.
Yeah.
Y'all got this. I believe in you.
I do too.
Last one is a
What?
12.
Well,
12. Okay. I heard 20 at first, and I was like, no,
Yeah.
almost. Okay. Alrighty. All right. Since they did take never mind. And so this is against the 21 at 11. So that's a success for you. And you're going for that second 21. That's a 2. I should say those low numbers for that 12. We'll see how we do
Yeah.
with
Would
this
have
one
been
here.
nice, I know.
Yeah. All right, and then the weeds. It's a 12. It's a tie. All right, we get to redo that 12. This is better for you, honestly.
yeah.
So redo the 12.
Maybe.
Probably. Oh yeah, it's true. Last time.
Looking good.
20.
20. Oh, all right, cool. And contest of that 20 is a 3. Good. Okay. It had to have tied to have you realize it's the best it could do. So, all right.
Yeah.
That is 3 successes in a row. Moonblades take the aboleth down, and it doesn't even know what hit it. The arrows they launch are pitch black, and they just knock it out of the sky, and it crashes to the ground. Everyone else is unaware of its
And-
defeat.
And they are basically uninjured, so they
Yep,
don't
they're
take
uninjured.
any. So there's no minuses to
Nope.
them when we send them in again.
As a
Perfect.
full
if
success.
they got a 2, only 2, what would that have meant?
It means that they still take that negative bonus or negative on their roll.
Oh,
But
so
we
it's
would've-
2 and a
but we-
1 mean the same thing?
Yeah, we would
yeah,
have. We
but
would have
they-
still
they
killed
would've-
the creature.
Right. That's the difference. A
Yeah.
2 means they win, but they have a -5. A 1 means they lose and they have a -5. Right.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Moonblades are uninjured at the moment, and they are rip and ready to go. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and nix the aboleth off my list of things
One
I get to
down.
have. Yeah. Good job.
Ready to go.
I'm sad I don't get to use the aboleth. That was one of the funnest monsters I had. It's all right. They're all fun. All right, Belhaneth, which is the Igril mini. Let's see here. I think that's this guy right here. Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
The
There he
only
is.
one who's good against this one is the Omega Core.
Alright.
You gonna send the mega car? And hope you
They're
don't
also
get
the only ones
Oh.
good against the Cadaver Collector.
Our group will also be good against the Omega Collector.
The Cadaver Collector?
The Cadaver Collector, sorry.
They're gonna be the mega collector.
That was Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Was the one that was the Omega
So we do.
collector.
So we do
Yes.
have. I actually kind of like our chances against the Cadaver Collector.
Okay.
Overall,
It doesn't
Still,
fly, so
yeah.
it's always good.
Doesn't fly. It has a lot of vulnerabilities to the kind of stuff we can deal out, especially the melee fighters. So. I'm
Hey Trevor,
less
the
worried
ones
about that
that
one.
you listed us out 5 different monsters,
Mhm.
and some of them had vulnerabilities. Were the
Mhm.
ones that didn't have any vulnerabilities? Does that mean they don't have them, or
No.
you just didn't tell us?
And you didn't get a high enough roll to find out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. All right, so you're saying the Omega Core against the Belhaneth, correct?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Matt, go ahead and give me your rolls, sir.
$19.
Nice. Strong start.
One of those was a critical.
Oh!
Total of 23.
Crit 23. Okay. I love it. What's our third one?
Nuts.
Say again?
10.
10. Okay. All right. Here we go. Contesting that 19. Woo, 15. Woo.
Good.
It's a good time to use that number.
Mm-hmm.
And against that crit 23, 10. It's 2 failures in a row. Now for that 10, that's the real question.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Dang.
That sucks. Okay, so they are successful. But they are going to hit that -5 penalty, unfortunately. So,
Okay.
alrighty. I'm going to put that to my list here. They're at -5. All right. Moving on to the next one in the list. And they deftly take it down very swiftly and quietly. However, it does fall on them, which is always the struggle of fighting giant monsters, honestly. She wants to fly. They come crashing down. And it did land on them quite a bit and was unpleasant. But they are victorious and are able to sneak you guys through to the next one.
Death Kiss.
Alrighty. Death Kiss. This is not Death Kiss. Death Kiss is over
Yeah.
here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's this guy, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, this guy. This is the Death Kiss right here.
Oh.
This strange-looking ball thing with tentacles. It's quite horrifying. All right, who's fighting the Death Kiss?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Omega Core, the Moonblades, and the Lurchers are the ones who would have advantage.
Yep.
Two of them have a
I-
-5.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm tempted to send the Moonblades again.
Okay. Yep.
Just like
Good luck, Charm.
more like why make this? Do we want to struggle now or do we want to struggle later? That's the question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, do we want to
Well,
get these
is the-
ones?
Is the death gift something that we think that we could? What's the one that we think we could handle?
Cadaver Collector is the one that I've kind of earmarked
I see.
as if our group has to go in. That would be the best. It's also the next one
It is.
if we're still going in order. Just because of how late it is, I might see if Trevor's willing to knock that specific one down a couple. Or we call it after this one kind of thing if it turns out we're going to fight that one.
Yeah, that's what we do, honestly. I mean, honestly, at this point, we're gonna probably call it as soon as you guys get to a fight that you guys are gonna
Yeah.
be engaged in.
Yeah.
We'll roll initiative and we'll end it there. I know it sucks for
So-
our fighter people.
I'm still going to say, hey, maybe because we're after this one and the next one, we're starting to get more into a couple. Like the high elves will start to come into play, Screech will start to come into play.
Mm.
We're not going to be relying on these ones as much. So yeah, I'm saying we're good. Let's try the move blades one more time and see how we do.
Any counters to that?
No.
Fine.
Okay. All right, send it in the Moonblades. All right, Matt, make your 3 rolls.
$13.
Oof. Okay.
Oh.
There's better. You are doing advantage with the D4, right?
Yes.
Okay. Still checking.
18.
18. Not bad. That's solid.
$10.
I sense the
last
defeat.
Mhm.
Oh, that's not good. The 13's a maybe, but the 10, oof. All right. All right, here we go. Against that 13. 10. Oh! You lucky son of a gun.
Good.
All right, all right, all right. Here we go, here we go. Against the 18. 14. You're good. You're good. And that final one, see if you get that negative on the Moonblades or not. 17. Yeah.
Mm.
That's a big success. All right.
Alright.
So that is a defeat of the Death Kiss. The Moonblades once again attempt their patented arrow hellfire technique, where they go for the flying target and to try and take it down, and they are successful. But it does have the giant tentacles, and it does lash out at them on its way down. It takes a couple of them down with it as it goes. It's not a pretty sight to behold, unfortunately. So the Moonblades are also now at that -5. I'm going to bump the Cadaver Collector a little further down so we can get through a couple more. It was kind of random anyways how they were selected. Plus, we kind of also skipped over this friendly little fellow over here. So, let's see, he's the Gem Viper. That's the Skittering Horror. Skittering Horror. Who's fighting the Skittering Horror?
High elves.
High Elves. All right. Any contest to that?
No.
High elves? Yeah, that's the only
Although
one.
if they fail.
Oh. I know.
Look, guys,
Yep.
they're all going to start failing.
I know.
Eventually, we're
Yeah.
gonna have to deal with that -5. Like, there's no way.
No, but Ionthite doesn't want them to die, and if they have a -5, then honestly, they're probably just we're just sending them in to be slaughtered.
I mean,
We
they do
don't
have
a
they do have advantage and a plus D4 still on top of their -5.
Yeah.
So like it is, they still have the benefit.
I'm
But-
Yeah,
giving
but
them
we're already rolling
best.
not great.
That's true. That's fair.
I'm giving them the best chance that I can.
Yeah. All right.
Like, it's either that or I send the already crippled Moonblades in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, no.
So, and it's the
Who do you
high
care more
elves.
about, Drizzt or the High Marshal?
No, I didn't mean that. I just meant, like, I know, like, eventually they're all going to be hurt, but then at that point, Ionthite would be like, I cannot, in great conscience, like, send people in.
Oh, I see what you mean. Just in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
also, to me, I'm one of those people that, like, doesn't play games.
Yeah.
Where, like, a lot of people die.
Yeah.
Because I
Right.
still feel bad.
Think of it this way: do you want to send them in, or do you want to send all your friends in?
Yeah.
You mean the people I met 4 days ago?
That's right.
Or these people that you haven't even known that long.
Right. So you got to send
That's
somebody
what makes
in.
it worse.
No.
You got to send
no.
somebody in. It's just
We
who
have
you're
to send
sending in.
somebody in, and we have to conserve our resources,
You also do have that Charlatan rocket launcher.
which I am not wasting on one of these things.
It's up
Or
to
does it
you.
only have one blast?
It does.
Yeah.
It's a one shot.
Mm. Okay.
It is a one-shot insta-kill. I am not wasting it on this.
I mean, you might have to eventually, potentially, but yeah, you shouldn't lead with that. All right. So high elves,
High elves.
Matt, make your rolls.
I did 11, 24, and 16.
Okay. That's mixed. We'll see how these go. All right, against the 11. That's a 13. That's already bad. Okay.
Wow.
Man. I'm rolling decent, honestly, tonight. It's weird.
Yeah, I need you
Again,
to start.
that's a critical fail versus the 24. That's not a great pairing. And against that 16. That's a 15. Oh, just barely. That is mixed success still, because that first one, unfortunately, they win, but they do take heavy losses as it goes down. The spikes on this thing are nasty, and it just tears through their armor. That is definitely not made for fighting something of this magnitude, unfortunately. But they do manage to take it down. They rope it down, actually, in order to finish it off. And it's quite impressive, actually. You kind of thought they'd be kind of garbage, honestly, considering how shitty their High Marshal was. But they're actually very efficient at their jobs.
Yeah.
And they are
I
the
knew
most
the rest
cohesive
of them
unit.
were fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to move on to the Absorber next.
We don't have anybody that's not a -5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Lurchers don't have anyone that they're supposed to be good against anymore. So this would be their last shot to have an advantage.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So
good call.
even with the -5, they will still have advantage.
Okay.
All right. Send in the Lurchers in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the
Matt,
absorber.
make your roll and then deduct 5 from each of the rolls. So it's still with advantage on the D4, but then -5.
$17.
Ooh. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Much better than I thought it would be.
there's another natural 20.
Was it?
Yep.
Okay. I'll note that, because it does matter. It means you win ties, rather than re-rolling.
7.
7, yeah. Okay. And?
Really bad.
How bad? You can't go below 0. 1's the lowest. What's your number?
2.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right.
Not looking good.
Not looking good. All right. I hope that's not a full wipe. We'll see. I think that 17 might save you from a full wipe, but we'll see. It's the 17, the 7. Okay, so they're not dead. That's good. Okay. Though, bummer you can get that. I can get that 7 the second time around. I would have re-rolled your 7 for you. All right. It's the 7 is an 18. Oof. Failure. And against that 2 is a natural 20.
Well, at least you got it on that.
So that's a failure with heavy losses. So they retreat and take an additional -5. They're -10 now.
The
We cannot
lurchers.
bother sending them again.
10.
Oh
you
yeah.
gonna do?
I'm keeping a thing going.
And if what happens when they get a 0?
They're wiped.
They're wiped out. So yeah, so they're
Does it sound the
Ready?
alarm?
Yes.
yeah. This was basically their last shot though, so they're
Yeah.
basically out of the fight.
All right. You said you going in yourselves? You send somebody else in for the absorber.
The absorber, one of the ones that got any. Can't remember.
So
Yeah.
you're
Do we have any information on him or them or not?
No, it wasn't. No,
don't
it
think
wasn't one of
so.
the ones we got any the intel on.
Yeah.
We
Uh,
can.
I
we
will
can
say,
try-
I can. Give me. Elizabeth, give me a perception check.
Okay, working on it.
Yep.
My perception is 0, so I just rolled a 12.
Okay. Because you're as the doctor, you're the one in charge of like, you and I aren't they? But you're the one taking charge of like, patching up like the wounds and whatnot as people come back in, and you're kind of gathering intel about the creature they just fought, basically. And with that, I'm gonna give you 1 vulnerability and 1 resistance with that 12. So they are vulnerable to psychic damage, and they are resistant to necrotic damage.
Vulnerable to psychic, resistant to necrotic?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that helps us much.
I don't know, but it's some information.
I've got some spells that do psychic, but they're really wimpy.
Wimpy. Hefty. You can't say wimpy without my brain thinking of that commercial.
It's okay, my brain is mostly just show tunes, so.
I mean, which honestly just speaks to like how ingrained ads are in our lives that like you say a word and it's just automatically triggered for a literal brand of trash bags.
So I don't know about psychic damage, but there are some things that I have on a list that I could say that would probably mess with his psyche.
Wait. So when our teams don't get a full path, they get -5 and speed. Are you doing that for the monsters too? If they didn't get a full pass on all against our group?
No.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, we're shitting you.
Maybe.
Yeah, really.
I hadn't considered it. I assumed it was the equivalent of they're losing troops out of their group. But I understand what you mean, that they're taking damage to the creature as well. My original plan was to deduct health from them if you guys ended up fighting them after one of them failed. That was my back-end solution. But that doesn't factor in additional factions being sent in.
Yeah, so the second set of rolls maybe could have been different, but I don't know.
No, I mean, if we send in another group, we would both be -5.
Yeah. All right. I'll allow it. I'll say if they have a tactical retreat, basically, they get only 1 success, then the monster will have a -5 on the next wave of going against it. I'll say that going forward. And remind me of that from now on, because that wasn't part of the original rule set. So.
Right, so if a monster gets just 1 success, then they subtract 5?
Basically the same thing as us.
Yeah.
If it doesn't wipe it.
No, but for us, if we get a 2, we still -5.
If we send the high elves against it, they'll both be rolling at -5.
Yes. So I think from starting now, as long as one of the factions did got any successes, basically, it'll have a -5 on the next wave of battles. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll allow that. That's fair.
So
what are we doing?
So what's the choices to send in?
The choice, high elves. We could send the high elves.
Okay. Because lurchers are -10, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So high
I
elves are
see.
going in, so they're both at -5 on their rolls, which is much more detrimental to this guy. All right, Matt, you're in charge of all this stuff. So
Do you want to just not do the -5 on both because they cancel?
Would
it be simpler?
Sure. Yeah, why
Or
not?
Is there a difference?
It
I don't
might.
think there is.
I don't know if they're changing it up. Yeah, sure. We'll just get rid of the -5 for both of them. So Matt, that's give me your d20s with advantage plus a d4.
Okay, so the first one without minusing 5 is 17.
17. Okay. Sounds familiar.
Wow. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Um,
What?
Whew. 4.
How? Okay.
Matt, I'm about to demote you.
I think we're gonna pass this off to somebody else after this.
Hey.
It's okay. That's
I
fine.
hit well. I do
You
not
do.
orders other to hit well.
That's okay. You know what? That's fair. That is entirely fair. You're not a very team-centric character. It's fair.
I would guess if we worked it out, it probably is average.
I'm sure
16.
it is. 16. Okay.
It is.
That's
It
better.
totally is.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
not Matt's fault.
It's not that big a deal.
I-
All
I'm
right.
looking at the list, and he's only rolled less than 10 about, 4 or 5 times. So
I mean, he has advantage though with a plus a D4 though. So
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
Yeah. All right. This is against the 17. That's an 18. Oh my God.
God, no.
Oh,
Jeez. Okay. I am sorry. The dice gods are evil today. Oh, it went into the water. Where'd it go? It's a 3. That's good. Hey, you're 4-1. You're 4-1.
Really?
You're 4-1, but you're 17 didn't win.
We were due. We were due.
All right. This is it against your 16. Ready? 19. Oh no.
Damn it.
Oh no.
okay.
Oh man. Okay, so that's another
That's one.
failure, and they have a -5. You have to.
Alright. So it's,
However, the monster will have a -10 now.
We both have negative
but there's
10 now.
there's only us left. It
Well-
has to be us after that.
Wait,
I
but the
mean-
monster has a -10 now?
Yes.
There's nobody else that will.
There's
the
a
high
s-
elves would have a -10, so they could do it again.
And they'd be flat rolling, basically. Yeah. That's true. So same to the lurchers. Also, Screech doesn't have any negatives. Just put that there. Doesn't have advantage.
Yeah, it'd be
He doesn't have
neutral.
He's
Be neutral, but doesn't have that -10. So it'd be a +10 to the roll.
Oh, that's and the D4.
Oh
Yes, and the
Okay.
D4.
That's true.
Yes.
yeah. Yep.
Just trying to help
Okay,
you out a little
so-
bit here.
Although the
Yeah,
Screeges can
Screech would
only
be a
do... Yeah, that's true. The Screeges can only do 2 things, but then again, they're the best ones to do it, so...
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
the best.
I mean, all right.
It's the best chance. So yep.
I mean, it's the highest number possible. Like +10 is a
It-
huge bonus, basically.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah. All right, so Matt, those are not advantage rolls with a D4. So that's 1d20 plus 4, 3 times.
Plus a 10.
No, because the absorber has a
Well,
-10. The difference.
We'll subtract 10 from the other.
From your roll.
From my
Okay,
rolls,
that's fine.
yes,
Whichever
yes.
way is okay, that's
16.
fine.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
all right.
geez.
All right.
7.
Okay.
$12.
Okay.
Okay, well...
I mean, honestly, I think that as long as you roll a 10 or higher, it can't beat you. So,
Yeah.
the
Right,
7 is the only
right.
one that's contested. I'm roll all many ways. This is versus the 16. This is a 5 minus 10. This is a -5. That's -5. Put that down. Okay. Against the 7, this is the real question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, critical failure.
That one.
It's a -9.
Okay. Oh, so we got 3 successes then.
Well, we
No,
haven't.
it's still could be the last
Theoret-
one.
I mean, yeah, probably. Hang on. I think actually it's a 2. Yes, at 3 successes in a row, you are good and golden. The
Okay.
absorber goes down. After all of these troops come in and get steamrolled by this thing, it's teleporting around. By the way,
Yeah.
and it's like
Uh-huh.
phasing in and out, and they can like the normal humanoid people, like the elves and whatnot, cannot catch this thing for the life of them. It's just like stomping them. And Screech just comes in. He inflates the size of a small igloo, and he just rolls in a straight line, and it teleports in front of him, and he just squishes it.
I think it's just like, huh. I guess that's how that works.
And then he just rolled on his
Right.
back and just goes, is there anything else to do?
Yep.
Did that feel good?
No.
You're going up again.
Oh.
We got Froghemoth.
What the hell is a I don't want to know.
No.
Wish it.
It made a lovely popping noise, I guess.
Well, this one might croak.
Oh.
Gain inspiration because he made Screech giggle. With your pun.
Well, I was kind of hoping it would be a literal giant frog.
It is. All right, we're gonna go to Frog Hemoth.
Yep.
All right, who's fighting Frog Hemoth? Screech?
Screech.
Okay. Okay. I figured as much. Yep. Here's Frog Hemoth. Right over here. It is a giant, like, horrible monster frog. On two legs. It's just on like up on end. With this giant, like, it looks like a rancor basically. It's a frog rancor, right? Like, all right, Matt. Those are rolls with advantage and a D4.
Wait, how does inspiration work, or is that just for me?
I'll let you apply it to whatever roll you feel like.
It's advantage.
17.
Right?
Yeah, 17.
Before or after the roll?
After.
Can I save it?
Yeah, you can save it for next session too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have inspiration, which you can grant to any of this stuff if you want. As well.
22.
22. Heyo. Okay. And that is
19.
19. All right.
All
There
right.
we go. That's a solid set if I ever saw one. All right. Going against that 17.
Yeah, that an 18 got last time.
Yep.
It's 2. That is success for Screech. And that 22. That's a 7. Screech apparently is the
Screech
secret
is
weapon you
really-
all needed.
Yeah.
And against
Okay.
that 19. Oh, that was
Oh,
a
God.
roller coaster.
It's like
16.
2, 20.
No, it
My
went
heart-
2, 19, 20, 16. I was like, oh no.
My heart
Wow.
can't take that game.
All right, that is a full-blown success, and this time both of the Screech go together, and they come in from different sides, and they sandwich this thing, and it smushes, and it bursts into purple goo.
Beautiful.
He's been housed.
What?
He's been housed.
Been housed? Yes.
Yeah, he's just as big as a house.
He's a
right?
brick
Let's see.
house. All
I
right,
guess, could we go ahead and do roll what?
say again?
I was gonna say if we could do the mural next.
All right.
Otherwise,
sure.
we might have to make decisions for the next.
Yeah, that's
Or
fine.
cadaver collector over here, and I know we're trying to get through them before we take a break.
If possible,
Before
yeah.
we stop for the
Yeah.
night. So
Yeah,
then
yeah,
we
yeah.
might as well see if that one we can clear
That way-
without.
that way you'll know what you're fighting into for next time, which is nice. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, this is Muriel. It is this
Muriel?
Yeah. So
Muriel from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Has
Sure.
really gotten into weightlifting.
yes. This is more, I would say, humanoid than the rest. He's like, part of him is still looks like a man on the inside, but it's clearly like he's covered in like this carapace, like, and he's also just been like made ginormous as well. But it's almost like a giant mech suit made out of like giant beetles and scorpions armor, basically. That makes any sense. And he has a giant sword and shield. Matt, make your rolls at that advantage with a D4.
But who's going against him?
Screech.
Screech.
Oh, Screech.
The only weakness is Screech.
Mm-hmm.
The thing's armor is
18.
okay. 18. Very good.
19.
Woohoo!
Whoa.
I think Screech is gonna
time.
win all the battles for you guys from now on.
Yeah.
$17.
Okay.
Wow.
Let's see how we do. All right, contesting that 18. That's an 11. That's good. Contesting the 19. That's a 14. You're good still. So you have a win. The question is, do you have a negative? Contesting that 17. Screech once again takes the cake with no
Oh my
losses.
goodness.
He is
Alright.
immortal for a reason, everyone.
Yeah.
Indestructible is very correct.
I feel like you would
Wow.
not let them die as much as you'd be like, okay, well, they can't fight anymore. They're too tired.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna just they're gonna get sleepy and they're gonna get sad and then they're gonna just give up.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Oh yes.
So that means we only have the Bahir, the Nullifier, and the Cadaver Collector left.
Correct. The Bahir's next in the list here. I'm going with that guy. The
Yep.
Bahir is my Grick Mini. Where my Grick Mini at? Bahir. Not that one. Where?
The Bahir and the Nullifier, which one would we have an easier time with? If we needed
Theoretically,
to.
For us, did we? Get
Well, we
any
don't really know a
info?
ton about them, so.
Oh,
No.
both of them? Okay.
We got some information on a few of these things. We know about the Bahir. It can shoot lightning, so we don't want to fight that because of the ground.
Darn it, you noticed.
Yeah.
The lightning
why-
breath was like my favorite ability in
Yeah.
this entire like encounter set. I was like, oh, it's gonna be beautiful.
Of what's left, we know the most about the Cadaver Collector and the Bahir.
Mm-hmm.
The main reason that the Cadaver Collector has a lot of vulnerabilities: cold, acid, fire, and piercing, which we can do a lot of. And the stuff it's resistant
Yeah,
to,
especially the piercing.
yeah, like that's Cassie can do some real damage against this thing.
Okay.
So, but we don't know anything about the Nullifier.
Well, considering... Pretty sure that's one of the bigger...
So my main issue is Bahir. We can send the High Elves in theoretically, just to like see if we can give it that -5, and then we
And
can
then send in Screech.
Screech.
That's
because
what I was
Screech
thinking.
doesn't have any
Yeah.
minuses. The Nullifier.
We can't
don't.
send in Screech.
We can't send in Screech. But we could send in the
can always send in
Moonblades and the and we could send in the Omega Core and the Moonblades to the Nullifier to try to soften them up if we end up having to fight that one as well. And I'm willing to kind of save the Cadaver Collector for.
Oh, the High Elves are -10.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think the High Elves are not going to be able to beat this thing. It would more be giving the Bahir a -5, possibly. Like, if we can get one win.
Remember, a
if they-
full wipe means that the countdown starts.
The countdown starts, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just Also, they would be
Oh.
wiped out entirely. If
Okay.
they had 3 losses, it's not
Yeah.
just they're dead. Also, now the
Yeah.
countdown starts.
So if they make it, if they're not dead and we make it through, they can fight for us too?
Maybe.
Or not? Okay.
Well, I mean, we could send
What do we have?
Screech, and it would just be a
Yeah,
D4.
I'd love
Because
to.
we
I'd
don't
love
need
to
him for another
try.
fight.
I'd love to try to get Bahir at -5 before sending in Screech, which means we
We
could
could
theoretically send
send-
in the Moonblades.
Which we
But
would also need for the next one.
yes,
Mm.
unless we could send in the other Omega Core against the Nullifier as well, because they're also neutral against that one.
Yeah.
You could
to
also
bring it
think in
down
terms
to-
of send Screech in first and
I
hope
want
for a
to.
-5 on them, and then the other ones would have a better chance of winning. I think what we need to do is think about what's the way that, what do we really want to avoid? We really want to avoid getting a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So how do we avoid that?
are
Right?
the Lurchers also at -10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Moonblades are -5, and so is Mega
Yeah.
Core, and then Lurchers and High Elves are -10.
Okay.
Screeches are full.
I
So,
think Screech would probably win. It just might have a -5 after. But we don't need it to be the
We
main.
don't need him again.
Like, it can't even go against really anybody
Yeah.
else, really.
Right.
I'd love for us to only have to fight one of these things.
I'm actually surprised you've all gotten as far as you have, honestly.
I know, I'm too.
I anticipated 3 monsters you have to fight, honestly. So we'll see how this
Yeah.
goes. But that was my
we might
anticipation.
still have 3. We don't
yeah,
know.
that's true. Yeah.
I mean, the nullifier, we're at least going to get to soften up, I feel, before if we have to take it on. And then the cadaver collector, we're probably going to, well, we could try softening them and then going against them. Okay. So, do
What are you doing?
we want to,
I think Screech for Behir.
yeah, without trying to get the -5 first?
Yeah, because I mean, hopefully,
Yeah.
based on the rolls, we're
I don't
likely to
mean
defeat
for-
it.
Yeah. All right. We'll take the chance. We'll go in with Screech with
Flat rolls.
with flat rolls.
Flat roll is plus D4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Matt. Flat roll is plus D4.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. What is
6.
it? Oh, jeez. Sorry, Screech.
Reroll.
Oh, inspiration. Roll again.
Uh-oh.
Rolled again and a total of 4.
Okay. Well, you can keep that 6. Okay. All right. That sucks. All right. Well, keep going.
At least it's not a second 4.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. Better.
That's with the D4?
And 6 again.
Ooh,
Oh, no.
That's not good. All right. Here we go. Against the first 6. 5. Oh my gosh.
Okay, we
That's good.
accomplished our task.
He's not dead. He's not
No,
dead.
no.
And you've not been alerted.
Yep.
Well,
yep.
that's not that anyways. 9 versus the 15. That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
you,
come
have
on.
you have a success. You have a
Yeah.
success.
Mm-hmm.
And how does Screech do? Oh, it was almost a 4. It was almost a 4.
So close.
14.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
they are, I wouldn't say wounded. They are sluggish
Yeah.
after this.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay, but we accomplished our -5, right?
No, you win.
No, we win.
That was
I
a full
meant
win.
I thought the
it-
last one we lost, or I thought we only got
No.
2 out of 3.
Nope.
We
Yeah.
did, but that
yeah,
means
it's
the
still,
beast-
it's still a win.
the monster goes down.
But it's a -5
Right.
to Screech from now on. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, but it's also -5. Oh no,
The-
they're down.
the
It doesn't
monster's
matter.
dead.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
You're
dead.
right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, so we have the nullifier next, which I'm assuming is
All
the
right.
one we're fighting next. So I'm gonna put the nullifier up on deck now. This is the one of the. I think this is the scary looking one so far. To be perfectly honest, yeah, it's this ginormous thing made out of like flesh and bone and just a giant middle eye, like a cyclops looking thing with just a. It has some sort of like other creature's giant skull embedded into its arm that looks like it absorbed another even more scary creature. Yeah, this is the
see the skull.
nullifier.
So did you make these, or how did these come
No.
from? Where did you
No.
get these from?
I have a whole bunch of minis from mods.
Okay.
That's why I
Oh,
have
nice.
125 mods that break all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, who is fighting the nullifiers?
I mean, the best
Okay.
option is just the mood blades.
Yeah.
Because there'll be advantage in D4 -5.
Yep, that's true.
But
That is true. Objectively, the best option.
Yep.
Unless you guys are gonna go for it yourselves.
You know, I was just
Uh,
wondering. Oh, they already have advantage.
Yep.
Mhm.
You can't double advantage.
And we have nothing that gives them a plus.
I mean,
They-
We already
they're
have
gonna
the
get-
plus.
you have a D4. You could give them bless
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
Yeah. We could up
Yeah.
it to bless and make it a D6. That's about the best we could do.
So you'd have a D4 and a D6.
No, it would be one or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you. I can do that
Oh,
if
I
you want.
see.
Bless and guidance are both technically concentration.
Yeah.
And what is bless supposed to do?
It's
Advantage
tech roll
or-
saving throws. It's a D6.
it's a D6. Okay, I just didn't remember
Well,
that.
I thought
But
it
it
D4
ca-
actually, but yeah.
It takes a spell slot.
Oh.
Guidance doesn't take a
Yeah.
spell slot. Bless will use up a spell slot.
Hold on. You know what? Bless real quick. To my knowledge, Bless
Yeah.
is D4.
Is it D4? I thought it.
I'm just
Yeah.
checking it. Right.
To my knowledge,
No,
it
it
is.
might be.
Unless you can upcast it. You see.
Oh, it's because you
D4.
can upcast it, but it covers multiple targets.
Multiple people, so it's still D4.
Yeah.
So doesn't do any difference then.
So that's not helpful.
Also, I don't
Um,
think she has it equipped.
Yeah.
Yes.
You do?
Oh, that's blessing.
Yeah, it's different.
No, it's.
Oh,
well,
sorry. You're right.
No,
You're
it's
right.
the same
All right,
thing.
you renamed it. My bad. Yes, it's renamed. You're correct.
I don't
yeah,
suppose
so-
anybody. I don't suppose anybody has Bane.
I do.
Oh, she has Bane,
have
but it's
Bane?
But it's concentration, right?
Mm,
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
But it
That
means you
might-
can't use bless.
We can't.
Or you
Yeah.
can't use.
You can't
Okay.
guide and cast Bane.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
Wait, guidance isn't. Is guidance concentration? It is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And what does Bane
Yeah.
do?
Bane takes away a D4.
Yeah, so it's the same thing in reverse, but you
Same
can't do
thing.
both.
Yeah.
So you
But
need
we
somebody
can't get
else to have Bane or
Yeah.
guidance, basically.
Right. I'm just looking to see if I got any. I don't think I have any spells like that.
yeah. Anybody else got
Mine are-
anything? Like,
Yeah.
hold on.
Like-
Not unless we engage at that. Like unless
Does
we
the
can get-
enhance ability do anything?
well, that'd be an advantage, right?
Yeah.
So you,
Yeah.
you already have advantage on Moonblade, so that wouldn't help at all.
Oh, I don't know if it's advantage. Sorry. It
I think it is.
depends.
So I have
Oh.
a cantrip, which is subtract a D4 from the next saving throw.
What is it again? What's the spell?
It's Mind Sliver.
No, I would say you have to be buffing. I would say you have to be buffing.
Yeah.
You're sending them into
Yeah,
battle.
you're right,
Otherwise,
you're right.
you're
Gotta be buffed.
engaged. Otherwise, you're in the battle. You have to be like
Yeah.
120 feet away or 60 feet away or
I'm-
whatever. Like, yeah, have to be a buff.
Now the only thing I'm gonna throw out there as our last ditch effort, the other Omega Core group is with us. Would one of them have Bane?
No, not Bane. You want because
No,
Bane's
I
a
want.
negative.
I want to Bane this creature while we get.
I'd say if are you
guidance.
sending them into this fight specifically?
Right. See if they
no,
went in. Then
no.
you could
I'm
use
just.
that.
I'm just saying
'Cause they have
because
to
we
be
are
here
all
for that.
Yeah,
Like-
but you said we are technically all grouped together, and as we run into these, one group breaks off. But we're
Yeah.
tapping them with guidance as we leave. Theoretically, somebody could Bane and bounce as well.
I don't want to get into their abilities, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that's perfectly fair. It was a last-ditch
yeah, I know.
effort on my part.
Yeah.
Um.
Just technically,
Does
they're
it
all fighting
matter?
something else right now, basically too. So
Yeah.
Does it matter if the scroll is if it's a scroll?
it's still concentration.
Okay.
Well, scroll. Well, if it's concentration, is it a concentration?
Can you
is it
give it to somebody else to read?
I mean, it's the blessing. I just put it on a scroll.
I mean, other people
But I
can
don't-
read the scroll, right?
only if they? What good does that do though?
Yeah.
Because you can't stack the same spell.
No, but she could do guidance
Bless.
and someone else could do blessing.
And
Bless.
someone else could do bless.
Oh, I see.
Do 2d4.
Somebody needs to be able to read the scroll, and you can only read the scroll if it's
Or
on your
I
spell
could do
list.
Bane
So
or
does
whatever. It doesn't
anybody else
matter.
have? We're only doing buffs. Remember, I'm only on buffs basically, not debuffs.
Yeah.
I mean, does
Okay.
anybody else have bless as an available option on
No.
their? Nah.
Oh,
No.
is it an artificer spell by any chance?
No, it's cleric and paladin.
Oh, darn.
Okay.
And what about the? Okay, and that's the only. Is that the only scroll that is a buff that you have?
Enhance ability.
Yeah, but
Actually,
that's-
yeah.
That's an advantage though, right?
Is it?
Let's see. Hang on. It's been a while.
I think it is. But
Google it here. Yeah, advantage. Yeah, it's advantage.
Okay.
They already have advantage. You can't stack the advantage.
I have invisibility.
Once again, these are things that would just grant advantage.
Yeah. You need a
It-
specific
it-
die
unless
boost.
it's- Yeah,
You need a die boost, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And that really
Um,
does come down to like Bane, Bless, Guidance. Like there's not a lot of those kind of spells.
What
No.
about? I mean, I do have a spell that gives extra damage. Does that count?
No.
Okay, I won't even go into it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you're sending in the Moonblades then?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a -5. So that is with advantage though in the D4. So all right, Matt, that is rolls with a D4 -5.
1d4,
I mean, you could-
correct?
Yes,
Yeah, you
1d4.
could just forget the D4 and do -1.
No.
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 I rolled all these already.
Okay.
Okay.
16, and I already subtracted the -5.
Okay. Nice.
Um,
Okay.
so
thank
I've got 16,
Mhm.
0, and 8.
An 8.
18.
18. Much better. Okay. Thank God.
Yeah. in fact, I
0.
have
Oh
a
boy.
mild
Okay.
heart attack there. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
Well, so that's a
Doable.
1. Because you said we can't get 0, just a 1.
Yeah.
It's a whatever. It's a 1. Yeah. But you could either
Well,
know.
you can't roll a 0. You can roll a
That's-
1, and then we
that-
can re-roll.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. 16's contestant is a 12. You have
Okay.
at least one success. 18 should probably do quite well for you too. Against that 0/1, the 14. That's a failure. And against the 18, that's a 14. You're good. You're good. They do take a negative, so that puts them also at that -10. But you have now gone through all but one of your enemies. The question is, are you going to fight this one yourselves, the
my.
Cadaver Collector, or are you going to send somebody else in to hit it or soften it up, potentially?
So the Megacore and Screech are the only ones left who are -5.
Indeed.
Yes.
And the Megacore is good against the Cadaver Collector.
Yep. And Screech is
It's neutral.
That's his new superhero name, is Scourge, by the way.
Yes.
Urge.
So theoretically, we could
Get out of this unscathed.
get out of this unscathed / severely weaken this creature before we have to fight him.
Yeah.
So Megacore and Screech, they're
I mean,
both at minus.
there will be other things to fight after you get past this, anyways.
Absolutely, I
So-
have no doubt.
Yeah.
But,
So
if,
I guess
but
Okay,
if we don't have to waste resources
Oh yeah, for
getting
sure.
there,
We just have
So I
to
guess
worry
I'm-
about sounding the alarm, right?
yes.
Yep.
we just don't need to. And even then, because this is the last creature,
Yeah.
it,
I mean, it'll buy you a little more time, which is nice, but it's not as essential now.
it's
Yeah.
it's
not
not
detrimental.
it's not as big a worry because this is the last thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to vote we do send at least the other Omega Core in first, even with that -5, because they will get that advantage.
Mhm.
And then we can,
Yeah.
depending on how that goes, we can decide if we want to send in Screech as well to soften them up more, possibly, or if we just want to dive in.
All right, we're sending in Omega Core. It's the advantage and a D4
-5.
-5. Thank you.
-5.
Yes. A lot of numbers to crunch.
4.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh no.
$17.
Yeah.
On a nat 20.
On a nat 20. All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. It does matter. Okay. Now third one.
19.
Woo! Look at you go. All right. All right. That 4 is going to be a negative, but that's okay. All right. And against the 4, the 14. The decent place to leave that 14. It's not too bad. They win that battle, unfortunately, but that's okay. Let's see how we go. 17. 17 crit. Let's see what we got. That's a 13. That's a success against that one. So that's a 1 win, 1 loss. See what happens on that
Okay.
19. I mean, you need to get a 19 or 20 in order to either contest or win. And that's a critical 20. Oh my god.
Fuck!
Wow.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so it's at a -5. now on its rolls, and the Omega Core is now at -10 potentially. Are you sending in Screech? Or sending in Omega Core again?
They would both be at -5, so it would basically just be flat rolls.
Well, it'd also have a D4.
Yes.
Omega Core has advantage still, remember? So, yeah.
Yeah, but
Screech.
basically it would just be like
Advantage
if
with
we
D4.
send in Screech, because we just sent in the Omega Core.
Yeah.
So if we sent in Screech, it would be no advantage, but plus D4, and this thing is at -5.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're sending in Screech.
Okay.
Oh,
sacrificing-
Screech would. There would be no. Sorry, there would be no -5 because they're both at -5, but Screech has the D4.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
But Screech has a slight
But
advantage.
but it has no advantage on the roll.
No advantage. It would be straight rolls.
That's the detriment of Screech versus the Omega Core. Okay.
Yes.
So you're
So we're-
sacrificing the advantage for a
We're
+5,
sacrificing-
basically.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Which is about an even trade.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
close. Yeah. Okay. So Matt, that's a straight rolls with a D4.
Yeah.
You can do it.
10, 10, and 12.
Woo! That's like
Fine,
as
guys.
like
This thing is
middle of the
gonna
road
be-
as you can go.
This thing's
Oh.
gonna be down so many hit points when we have to go fight it.
That's true, as long as you don't get 3 failures. This is
People need
Screech,
to-
right? All right. Well, Screech isn't.
Yes.
Hey, the good news is that Screech can't die. So
Yeah.
even if he loses, he's not dead. So
Yeah.
that's okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. 10, and it's a 19 versus that 10. Oh my goodness.
Okay, we got it out of the way. We got it out of the
Get
way.
out of the way. All right, all right. And against that 10, an 8. That is at least one success. That's guaranteed another -5 or a bunch of hit points. And against this 12, moment of truth. I can't see it. It's a 12. It's a reroll. It's a reroll. Reroll, Matt.
No.
Oh my god! I just saw the 1 at first. I got really
know.
excited.
Rerolling.
Yep, and then add the D4.
Oh, that was the slowest dice rollover I had ever seen.
What did you get?
but
What did you get?
It
The
is a
crit-
critical.
Yes. All right, all right.
It rolled the slowest I've ever seen a dice roll from an 8 to a critical.
It's just trying
What
to
is
mess
the-
with you. All
What's
right, here
the
we
final
go.
number?
What's the final-
21.
21, okay. That is a 19. Oh my gosh, it barely makes it. Oh, Screech for the win.
Screech, my hero.
Yep, that is the truest hero of this campaign. He needs to be a playable character next adventure.
Yes.
Is what we're learning here.
Okay, so we actually got through all the monsters.
Got
then?
through all the
Yeah.
monsters, and nobody died.
Nobody died.
Like, and there was no alerts given. I am honestly very shocked. Yeah, like, I mean, honestly,
Okay.
those insight checks that Iante got, where she got every single one of them above 20, so you got to know this information, was a godsend. I didn't
Yeah.
think you
It
would get
was,
that
yeah.
many. Like,
yeah. If
'cause even
we
failing
would've
just
been-
one of those would have been hugely detrimental.
Yeah.
Like,
we would have been flying blind. We would have been flying.
you had a
so
lot of
blind.
disadvantages, and it would have been rough. Like, even with
Yeah.
one disadvantage, and you could easily wipe, like,
Yeah.
just right off the bat. So, wow. Yeah,
So,
and Screech
people
comes in
are-
for the win and steamrolls this thing into the ground and
Cas-
flattens it.
Cassie, as soon as they're like down to their little size again, Cassie is going to pick one up. Whatever it has that passes for a face, big kiss.
Okay.
Like,
It gets very red.
Yeah.
And give that little, like, aw shucks, like, foot shuffle.
yeah. And then as it grabs the other one, same thing.
They high five each other and then just fall on the ground and just start going just like faces in the ground, just in the mud.
And Cassie is going to go find Driz and Marcos
Okay.
and hand them each a, exhausted little mushroom. Get everyone back. Get everyone back to camp.
And
We've
tell
got
them
from
don't eat
here.
it.
Yeah, don't eat them. Don't. They're always sad, so like this isn't unusual. They're just always like this. But they did so much, so they kind of earned it.
Yeah, what was it, like 3 or 4 battles?
Oh, they did so much. Like,
They did.
they're such good mushrooms. I don't have words.
1,
Okay,
2,
get everyone back to
3.
camp. Heal up.
1,
We've got it
2,
from here.
3, 4.
She
I'm
kissed
seeing
me and now she's
5.
sending me away.
I'll be back. I'll be back. And she's gonna grab Marco and kiss him as well before she starts sending them all back to camp.
He's like, I feel like that would mean more if you hadn't just kissed a mushroom, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Tell you what, if I live, we are going to celebrate.
Oh, we will. Yes, indeed. You
Take him
bet.
to the
Calvin just
take him
gives
to the
them, like-
amusement park.
There's
that
the
is-
words after battle.
That is not the celebration Cassie has in mind.
All right. So we will return next time where you guys storm the castle and to go try and take down Lilith and Ordog, and you don't have the benefit of being able to just throw dice into an ocean and a mushroom man into an ocean to do it.
I would
we
feel
have to save our rocket launcher.
Yes.
You do
And
have a
I
rocket
would-
launcher still. That's true.
I would feel genuinely bad about sending Screech in to fight that boy for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Everybody who has fought is burned the hell out.
Yeah,
Because we ended up on everyone being -10.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Is that
did.
right? Is that what
Yep.
we ended up with?
Yep, everybody did negative
Yeah.
10, which means that like literally one more fight and it probably would have had a wipe, honestly. Like
Yeah.
just one more.
The best we can-
so bad.
Yeah. The best we can kind of say is like, if we know your first name, you're probably not dead.
That's basically it. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like.
I will say that Madame Zim didn't make it from the Omega Core. She got squished and got sent back to the Nexus.
Yeah,
and she
that's
went
right.
down in glorious cannon fire.
Yeah.
But somehow didn't alert everybody. We'll just not talk about that.
We're not gonna get into that.
The logistics, yeah. But yeah, she didn't make it, unfortunately, out of the Mega Core group.
You know, with all these monsters running around, I bet sometimes they fight themselves.
Oh no, they're not
They make
quiet.
a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty loud and busy area, honestly.
Although maybe the silence will give it away.
That
Like, that's
So
more
that's-
likely. Although you
that's
don't
why I
notice the lack of things as much as you notice the addition of things.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's why I was asking about the ghosts earlier. Is I wanted to see if the ghosts could possess one of these creatures and we could just make them fight each other.
Would have been funny, but no.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good idea though. I love it.
Look, can we just make a ghost possess Lilith?
I mean,
The ghosts are.
the ghost. Honestly, the ghost didn't make it like almost at all.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Also, I
Why?
think at this
But
point
maybe they're good.
they've reached like the end of their bargain with us. I think
Yeah.
they've all finally been able to like pass on and no longer be cursed beings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the-
before you send them back, remember, Nomad made an outfit for one of the guys. It was I don't remember what he was, and he had a name and everything.
One of the mummies, wasn't it?
One of the mummies, yes. So
Yeah.
he's
Okay.
gonna give him the outfit that he made for him
Okay.
as a reward for all the work that he did for us.
Okay. And he bows and moans a little bit, and goes and he lays down on a slab of stone. He crosses his arms over and he puts on his little top hat you gave him and everything, and his new burial attire, and he looks all fancy, and he lays down and doesn't move anymore.
Yeah, I feel like he's earned a nap. Okay.
All right, and then we'll pick it up next time with actual combat from you guys, unless you find a way to circumnavigate that as well. You do still have that rocket launcher, so it happens.